The old record scratches on and on. This is WFMU East Orange, WXHD Mount Hope, worldwide, on the World Wide Web at WFMU.org. Please stay tuned for the best show on WFMU coming up next.
WFMU.
Best
WFMU.
Best
WFMU.
Best
WFMU.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1-hour television spectacular.
If it's 8 p.m. on Tuesday, that means it's time for the best show on WFMU.
180 minutes
worth of mirth, music, and mayhem, hosted by the one and only Tom Scharpling. The best show on WFMU broadcast each and every Tuesday night from the 24th floor of the WFMU broadcast building, overlooking beautiful downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. As always, the phone number is 201-200-WFMU. So call now. But please, refrain from dialing unless you've got something to say. My name is Ali Faranakian. As always, thanks for listening. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Like the pizza box says, you've tried the rest, now try the best. Take it away, Tommy!
The show's going to start in a few minutes, but let's listen to some records. Check this next one out. It's a personal favorite of mine.
a porcelain face. Rubber legs and a porcelain face. Everybody has a porcelain face. Rubber legs and a porcelain face. Whoa. Everybody has a porcelain face. Rubber legs and a porcelain face. Rubber legs and a porcelain face. Be a dolly in a cat case. 7 legs and a porcelain
Hey, everybody, we're back here. Hey, everybody, we're back here. On the best show on WFMU. Each and every Tuesday night from 8 until 11. Only on WFMU. 91.1 is the frequency. You can listen on your computer at WFMU.org. My name is Tom Scharpling. I'm here for another hour and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes. What am I saying? Hour and 40 minutes. Wishful thinking. From who? I don't know who. Well, who do you think it's from? I don't know. That's why it's called wishful thinking. Well, why would you say that if you didn't know who it was from? I don't know. I just said it. Think that might have been a Freudian slip on your part. You think? I do think so. I don't. I just said it. It was a slip of the tongue. Ah, sometimes truer words are never spoken when one speaks them. See, you don't even know what you're talking about. You just messed up your little statement of wisdom. Perhaps I did. That doesn't mean that what you said wasn't a Freudian slip. Hey, we heard from Neil Haggerty, his new album on the Drag City label. Neil Michael Haggerty plays that good old rock and roll. No, he doesn't. And we heard Louisa LeRae. Before that, Gasoline, their album Take It to the People. Giving us Merry-Go-Round. Hot stuff, Gasoline. Hot stuff. Another hot record by Glass Candy and the Shattered Theater from their Demos collection. We heard Be a Dolly. And hey, the phone number is 201-200-9368. That's right, 200 WFMU, the area code 201. 201-200 WFMU. And it is Open Phone Tuesday tonight, as it is many nights on the best show on WFMU. So your questions and comments will be entertained by calling 201-200-9368, or you can email them to Thoms, T-O-M-S, at WFMU.org. That is T-O-M-S, the at symbol, WFMU.org. And what's going on? Oh, tonight I have something I want to talk about, which is very exciting. I think you'll all be interested in knowing how Tommy spent his weekend. Well, I was watching the Super Bowl. You all know the Super Bowl, the big football game on Sunday. Super Sunday. The big Super Bowl. I was watching that. I actually watch it more for the commercials than the actual game, because football is a horrifyingly bad sport. It's a sport that it's a bad sport when it can translate to the vibrating table format. When that actually is as exciting as the game, when you line up little plastic players and then turn the thing on and let it vibrate and see who can run with the ball. But that's neither here nor there. I watched some of the Super Bowl, and the commercials were just terrifying. How about that Budweiser horses commercial, where the Bud horses were the Clydesdales, I think they are. They were trotting toward New York, and then I guess they were struck by the sight of where the Twin Towers used to be standing, and the horses bowed to it. Which, I mean, I guess I appreciate the sentiment of it, that it's meant to be nice, but it's creepy, isn't it, to see horses as if... I thought it was vaguely disturbing to see these horses kind of genuflect upon realizing that the Twin Towers were no more. So that was kind of disturbing, and the Britney Spears commercials for Pepsi were just perplexing. She's singing these songs that no one has any idea that this was actually a theme song of Pepsi 50 years ago. And she's just creepy to begin with. Now she creeps me out now. I'm sorry. I was a fan of Britney Spears. I was as big a fan as anyone. Actually, that's not true either. But there's something, it's like she's got that creepy feel now that, like when Madonna went to like that weird hard body thing. Like, it's like that same... That's just there's a it's like she's completely plastic now. No pun intended. If you get the... No. But, she's completely disturbing to me now. And so I was watching the commercials from the Super Bowl. And then halftime came around. And I watched the U2 performance at halftime. And it was... I don't know, I'm completely, I guess it's good to see, like, a rock group, like, be popular now, but they seem to be just a little too comfortable with the role of the most important rock band ever. Or currently standing, you should say. But they did their thing, and then when they cut over to the halftime show, I did not watch Playboy Playmate Fear Factor. I did not watch it. That's right. Scribble that out, Dave. Dave was scribbling. It was probably writing out, did you watch Playmate Fear Factor? Right? Were you? Yes, he was. Yeah. I was not watching Playmate Fear Factor. I was watching the halftime analysis, and then they invited Paul McCartney into the booth, who is plugging this subpar Paul McCartney record, Freedom, that he apparently will not give up on. The fact that it's not a hit, and the world did not choose it to symbolize their emotions, and he just won't let it rest. It's February. He did the song in like the first week of October at the concert at Madison Square Garden, but now it's the first week of February, and he's still playing this song from like a record that sold 300,000 copies. So he won't let that drop. And but then they brought him into the booth at halftime, and there was nothing more uncomfortable than the moment. It's obvious Paul McCartney, he's not from America. He doesn't know anything about football, and he turned to this panel, the Fox Sports football panel, who are like Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw and all of them, and he's like, well, how about this game, guys, huh? He's like, how about those Patriots? I mean, come on. Who would have called this? I was like, and it was just so obvious he didn't know a thing about sports on any level here in America. So that just creeped me out also. So I had enough. I had reached critical mass with my television creeping me out, and I said to myself, I wonder if there's another form of entertainment that could creep me out more. So I packed up my old kit bag, and it's an old kit bag. I'm looking to I actually bid on a new kit bag on eBay this week, so hopefully I win the new kit bag on eBay. And So don't outbid me on that kit bag. Anybody who's listening, don't smite me by outbidding me on the kit bag. And then I went and put on my coat and my shoes and got my car keys and my old wallet. And we went to the movies and saw Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings, which is what I would like to talk about tonight. The movie Lord of the Rings, which is, without a doubt, the worst hunk of garbage ever committed to celluloid. I would like to talk to anybody out there. If you saw the movie Lord of the Rings and you liked it, tell me, please, I defy one of you to explain to me what made that movie anything more than the biggest POS operating on Earth. The phone number is 201-200-9368. It is Open Phone Tuesday regardless. We will talk about whatever you, the listener, chooses to talk about, but I would like to talk about Lord of the Rings. Or we can talk about the Super Bowl or whatever you want, but I'm completely perplexed by how bad this movie was. It was 3 hours long. 3 hours. Tommy's not getting that 3 hours back. Oh. We got a call here. Someone saw Lord of the Rings and they would like to talk to me about it. Let me just wait for Dave, the associate producer on the program, to screen them. WFMU, you're on the air.
Yeah, how you doing?
All right, how are you?
Why are you so upset about Lord of the Rings?
Because it was horrible.
Why?
Did you see it?
I saw it. I thought it was great. I saw it with my kids.
Well, what was so great about it?
Well, you know, it was a fantasy. There wasn't a lot of, sexual things going on and perversion and things like that. That are typical in the movies today.
Yeah, there wasn't. It was just these. It was maybe just like the.
I mean, you compare the stuff to Commando and these Schwarzenegger films where they kill 7,000 people with the same machine gun. I mean, what's your beef?
So wait, so you're not saying? So you're saying Lord of the Rings wasn't violent?
No, I don't think it was violent. I think it had some great themes involved. I think there was underlying themes going on as far as philosophical things and things that have to do with theology.
What philosophical?
Have you read any of Tolkien's books?
No.
You should.
No, I shouldn't. Why not? What do I have to read a book before I go to the movies? Is there like
maybe you should. Have you read any book before you gone to a movie, like maybe Stephen King?
Well, maybe if I go buy a ticket for a movie, I should see a good movie.
Have you ever read Stephen King?
I read a couple Stephen King books.
Did you ever see any of the movies after you read their book, his book?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Okay, so tell me how you enjoyed those films.
Well, I hated the book Christine, and I thought the movie was even worse.
Okay, what about The Stand?
I never read The Stand. I'm not gonna
Pet Cemetery.
No, never. Saw the movie. Okay. It was a terrible movie.
Okay, so just on your appreciation of art, you just figure this film just didn't cut it for you.
And just on yours, you said it did cut it for you.
Yes.
It was so... I shouldn't have to read 8,000 pages before I go to a movie to appreciate the movie.
You also have to have a certain level of IQ to understand it.
Oh, I guess I didn't get it. You know what?
I don't know. Maybe you didn't.
I didn't get it. Trust me, I got it.
Did you? What did it mean to you?
What did it mean? It was literally just the stiffest, most boring, just the most solemn, self-absorbed, like self-aware movie.
I think to be honest with you, I think if you really don't understand the trilogy of Tolkien and what he was trying to do with religion involved with this fantasy.
So what religious overtones did I miss? The one thing I did catch is that it was all these guys scared of this big pulsating female
you missed the religious overtones of being that all men are basically born with original sin, that there's greed involved and there's temptation involved. And that has to do with the ring itself. Oh, I
didn't understand that part of it. You're right. I didn't realize that the ring was tempting the people.
And then his mentor that dies comes back later on in the trilogy, sort of like a resurrection, like with Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh.
And Tolkien was a Catholic. Did you know that?
Well, you know what? I understood every bit of the temptation.
Did you understand that?
Did I understand what?
That Tolkien was a Catholic?
Well, did I have to understand that before I paid to see a movie?
Yeah, and maybe your audience should too.
So before you see a movie, you better go do all your research before you see it.
No, I just think it has to do with being a little worldly. That's all.
Worldly, trust me.
Instead of being, you know, see, I don't know you from Adam because I'm not from out of town.
Okay.
But I heard you on the radio and I called, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that can tell you everything about Stephen King, who's basically talking about evil stuff, and you get a guy like Tolkien that's talking about good stuff, and nobody wants to understand that.
I understood every bit of that, though. Every single bit of that was complete. They hit you over the head with it. You'd have to have an IQ of 30.
So why are you so repulsed by it?
Because it was boring.
Oh, okay.
It was
so
completely...
good things are boring to you?
Well, this movie was boring to me.
Okay, so you'd rather see shoot 'em up, sex,
no, I didn't
TNA,
say. I didn't say that.
Perverted stuff, gay stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I like all that gay stuff. Hey, trust me, there was more latently homosexual stuff in that Fellowship of the Rings than anything I've ever seen.
I think there was some mentoring going on. I think the young people today need more of that.
Yeah. Trust me, the movie was all these guys. They were scared. You know when they kept seeing that eye, that flashing eye? Right?
Which was supposed to be the devil.
Yeah. What did that look like to you? Did it look like a female private part, maybe?
Maybe to you it did.
Yeah, just to me.
It looked like just what it did to me.
What did it look like to you?
It looked like lava or something like that, like, you know, a glimpse of hell maybe.
Uh-huh. Well, see, maybe you're just too dumb. You can't, you're not worldly enough.
Maybe I can't relate to, you know, having to go right to genitalia with all of these images.
Yeah, well, maybe you can't think of things symbolically. Maybe you just can think of things...
Well, I mean, symbolically, we're all being trained to go right to, you know, ground zero with genitalia. Is that where we're heading this country?
Hey, did you hear about the new feature that this show has?
What show?
What show? The show you're listening to, Rocket.
What show is this, anyway?
It's the best show on WFMU.
What is it called?
What's the show called?
Yeah.
It's called The Best Show on WFMU.
Oh, terrific.
And you know what happens when there's a caller that really is, when it's time for them to say goodbye, you know what we do?
Goodbye.
We flush them. Get off my phone. How dare you? I'm too stupid. Oh, God, strike me dead if I'm too stupid to understand that movie. Too stupid. Is this guy, is he good for the air? This guy's approved? Yeah. Too stupid. WFMU, you're on the air.
Oh, hello. I agree with you. I didn't like the movie either. I think the movie was way too loud. I think it was more like a chase movie than a quest movie. They were being chased all around the place, you know, and it was, you know, it was just like one fabrication after another. It was, you know, and those crazy things in the black, looked like the horses had a tar dripping out of their hooves.
Mm-hmm. I like how that guy said it was, yeah, what do you want to go see one of these shoot-em-ups? I guess it's all right when you see 1,000 orcs get their faces slashed open. That's okay if it's a CGI creature getting his face slashed open. I guess you go with all the perversions there and all that stuff. So
it was really yeah, and they were undefeatable, and the poor enemy, no matter how well trained they were, they couldn't win. You know, it was like, you know, I was hoping for, you know, I wish they would get thrown off the cliff or something at least once.
I wish they would all get thrown off the cliff. Hey,
they would have ran out of arrows, or they would have had one of those arrows stuffed up his nose or something like that.
Hey, do you know Elvish? Right, that language, Elvish.
I heard them mention that in the movie.
Do you have any idea does anybody out there know the translation of how do I get my money back in Elvish? Or new line, you owe me $19 in Elvish. If anybody knows how to say that, I would like to know, because new line owes me 19 big ones.
They kept saying it was like the Star Wars of it's like bigger than Star Wars, and you know.
It sure is bigger than Star Wars. It sure is bigger than Star Wars. It's 3 hours.
Oh, yeah. It was, I saw it for the second time because I went and saw it with somebody that wanted to see it.
You went
and
again?
I wanted to see if I can make any, have a better time with it.
Yeah.
And I had a slight headache, and boy, that headache grew and grew. It was.
So the second time it just was worse.
Oh, it was worse. I was really.
Now, were you smart enough to pick up on the symbol, the fact that the ring was tempting people? I don't know if you, that last caller said that I might not have been smart enough to pick up on the 850 times in the movie that they showed the ring tempting someone.
Yeah,
did you catch that?
I didn't. It didn't. That didn't work with me either. I didn't even. I don't even like that guy Gandalf. How he let Christopher Lee, hoodwink him.
Now, did you?
And he threw them all around the place. Those two old bastards.
Maybe you would have enjoyed the movie if you knew that Tolkien was a Christian. Maybe that would have. Maybe that would have helped your enjoyment of the movie. I think
that would explain why it's so bad.
Oh, that would now I won't cotton for that. How dare you? Get off my phone, you too. Goodbye. There you go. Is the toilet getting tired already? Are we tired of the toilet? I'm almost already bored by the sound of the toilet. The phone number 201-200-9368. I am saying The Lord of the Rings is the worst movie ever made. Actually, I will say it's the third worst movie in cinema history. The second worst movie will be the Lord of the Rings sequel, The Two Towers. Why will that be even worse than The Fellowship of the Ring? Simple. It will remind me of the 3 hours I flushed away watching Fellowship of the Rings. And that means the worst movie ever made will be the third movie in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, because it will remind me of the 6 hours that I will have wasted watching Fellowship of the Rings and The Two Towers. Like, I went to see it. I sit in the theater, and I'm sitting there watching the movie, and then I did something I never ever do. I got up. I mean, I can watch any movie. I've watched so many movies that I was unflinching and just stayed and watched. I watched Hard Bodies 2 in a theater and didn't leave. So many movies, and this movie I was ready to walk out on. We will talk about it. Let's get another call here. WFMU, you're on the air.
Yeah, hello, Tom.
Hello.
Yeah, hey, it's Phlly Boy Roy.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, Phlly Boy Roy, how are you?
Oh, I think you know.
Yeah, I do know. For anybody who hasn't been following this for the last few weeks, Phlly Boy Roy, you live in outside of Philly.
Yeah.
And you bet me on the football this past week.
Yeah.
You made a bet that the Eagles would win it all, right?
Yeah.
And I guess you noticed the Eagles weren't even in the Super Bowl. They lost. They lost in the championship game.
Yeah, I thought we was going to pull it out against them there Rams, but they was too much for us.
Well, you actually had to go and bet me, not just a normal bet like. For example, what we should have done is the way mayors and governors do it is I should have bet you one of your Philly cheesesteaks against one of our New Jersey Taylor ham. Maybe, like the way you bet the food or like that or something like that. But you had to go and introduce me to the concept of, what is it, an all or nothing?
Yeah, it's an all or nothing bet.
Uh-huh.
That's how we do it down here.
And pretty much you bet me everything you own.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I get everything that you own, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this, Phlly Boy Roy, you're a regular caller to the show.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of getting enough satisfaction out of hearing you a little humiliated from the fact that you lost the bet. So that's enough for me.
Oh no, that's okay. I mean, we honor our bets down here in Philly, and let's settle up now, okay?
Right now?
Yeah, can we do it right now?
You mean like literally this minute?
Yeah.
How can we do it right now?
Well, I'm here.
What?
I'm here.
Where?
Look out your window.
The back window?
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh my God! That's you out there?
Yeah, that's me. I brought everything. My cars, my boat, my clothes, my phone, everything.
Who are those people next to you?
That's my family. My wife, Rhoda. My kids, Roy Jr., Rhoda Jr., and little Rhoda.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've got all their things, too.
Like, what kind of things of theirs do you have?
Oh, their toys, clothes, food.
Mm-hmm. Well, Roy, Phlly Boy Roy,
yeah,
you don't have to go this far with this thing, because it's a football bet, and that's all well and good, but you doing all this is just too much.
Well, look, I've got the deeds to the houses too, and the titles to my cars. Let's say you and I meet up at the DMV, and we'll change the titles over tomorrow. Is that okay?
Tomorrow? Do you want to meet at the DMV tomorrow and do that?
Yeah.
Now, if you're up here, where's everybody? Where are you guys going to stay?
Oh, well, I think I saw an overpass near the station that looks like it could provide shelter for us tonight.
No, that's just you don't have to go. You honestly don't have to do that. That's
well, yeah, I wouldn't have to do it if you hadn't cheated.
If I hadn't what?
Cheated.
Cheated?
Yeah.
How did I cheat?
Oh, well, first you start picking on my hometown, and then you make me bet on the game when you had inside information the whole time that the Rams was going to win.
I had inside information that the Rams was going to win. Oh, first of all...
Oh, you're going to tell me that you didn't?
Yeah, I am going to tell you that I didn't, because you were the one who started it, first of all. You were the one who called me. And you were the one...
Oh, I don't think I called you.
Oh, I know you did. I have no idea who you are until you called me.
You called me.
No. Secondly, you're the one who goes and instigates this stupid bet, which I didn't even want a part of until you kept browbeating me into it. And then finally, I don't even care about football to even be like some kind of insider and get some kind of inside information on what the Rams were going to win.
See, that's the problem with all you New Jersey big shots. You always get the inside information, and then you pretend that you don't have it.
No, I have no idea.
You're always cheating at everything.
We're always cheating at everything.
Yeah, us honest workers down here in Philly can't get a break because you guys are always cheating.
Because we're always cheating.
Hey, well, let me tell you something, okay?
Well, yeah, okay, what's that, Phlly Boy Roy?
Yeah, the least you could do is be a man and let me keep my video collection.
Yeah, well, I won the bet, right?
Yeah.
You're being... You
cheated, though.
I cheated, no, but the bet was won by me, and, to tell you the truth, you're being kind of you're kind of being a jerk right now, so I think I'm going to decline. I think I'm taking everything.
What?
I'm going to just take everything I'm entitled to from this bet.
No, but you told me earlier that you wasn't going to take none of it.
Well, you know what? You're being a jerk. I think I changed my mind.
No, I'm not.
I think, oh, no, you're not? Yes, you are.
You're the one who cheated.
I cheated.
That makes you the jerk.
No, you can't, you can't keep your videos.
What about the Rocky movies?
No, well, just tell me what videos. Maybe I'll let you keep a couple.
Okay, well, I got all the Rockies.
Okay, what else?
Philadelphia Story.
Uh-huh.
Philadelphia Experiment.
Uh-huh. What else?
12 Monkeys.
Okay.
Splash.
Splash?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Roxanne.
Okay, Steve Martin movie.
Newsies.
Okay. No, you can't. No, I'm keeping Newsies.
Oh, come on.
I'm keeping Newsies.
How about the paper?
I'm keeping that also.
Gattaca.
You can have Gattaca.
Oh, great. How about the Santa Claus?
The Tim Allen movie?
Yeah.
I'm keeping that.
Oh. Well, how about my home improvement movies?
Your home improvement movies? What do you
Yeah.
mean, like Bob Vila things?
No, the Tim Allen show.
Oh, the Tim Allen show? What, do you tape them? You tape Tim Allen shows?
No, I filmed them.
What do you mean? No, with your VCR?
No, with my 16 millimeter camera.
I'm not following what you're talking about.
Yeah, I like to film them, and then I pretend that it's a movie, and I show them to the kids.
You film... So, like, the television show Home Improvement
Yeah.
would be on.
Yeah,
And you film it.
yeah.
Like, you aim an actual film camera
Oh, yeah.
at it.
Oh, you haven't lived till you've seen it on film.
And then you take the film and get it developed.
Yeah.
And then you screen it from a projector.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess you'll do it now.
You can have your Home Improvement
yeah.
videos.
Oh. Well,
What other movies you got?
Jungle to Jungle.
You seem to like Tim Allen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's like the Al Pacino of our generation.
He sure is. Like the Al Pacino. I'm keeping Jungle to Jungle, though.
Oh, well, can I keep Krippendorf's Tribe?
That's the Richard Dreyfuss movie. You can have that.
Oh, good. Backdraft.
I'm keeping that.
Far and Away.
I'm keeping that.
Oh, I tell you, every time I see that movie, I think I'm in Ireland.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. How about Gung Ho?
You can have it. That's a Ron... You also have a lot of Ron Howard movies, I'm noticing.
Oh, he's the master.
Yeah, he is the master. You got that right.
Oh, you know, I met him once.
You met Ron... Where'd you meet Ron Howard?
Oh, at a Flyers game.
Really? He's a Flyers fan?
Over the Spectrum, yeah. He was there. I think he was watching them Islanders.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Guess who lost?
Who?
Them Islanders.
Really?
Yeah.
They lost the game.
Yeah. How about the Money Pit?
I'm keeping that.
K9.
That's the Jim Belushi movie?
Oh, yeah.
That goes in I'm putting that in a maybe pile.
Oh. How about Mr. Destiny?
What is that?
That's James Belushi also. Sir James Belushi.
I'm not familiar with the movie.
Oh, yeah, he plays Larry Burroughs.
Uh-huh. What is the movie about?
Oh, you call yourself a film buff.
I've never called myself a film buff.
Well,
but...
you're obviously not one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And what's that about?
Oh, he goes back in time and tries to... It's almost like It's a Wonderful Life. But he goes back to see, like, how things would be different if he'd done other things instead of them there things that he did.
Yeah, instead of Nemner things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Royce?
What is Royce?
Oh, that's James Belushi also.
Uh-huh.
He plays a spy. You know, it's funny, I almost named Little Roy Junior Royce.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of the movie?
Oh, yeah. How about Curly Sue?
I'm keeping Curly Sue.
Hercules in New York City.
That's an early Schwarzenegger movie, right?
It's the only one.
I think there are other Schwarzenegger
That's
movies.
the only one I watch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm taking it.
How about Jumpin' Jack Flash?
You can have that.
Okay. All right, here's one I'm not letting you take.
What's that?
BBY2K.
BBY2K?
Yeah.
What is that?
Blues Brothers. 2000.
Blues Brothers... Oh, BBY2K.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you keep that.
Okay. How about my my CD collection and my records?
Well, I think I'm going to probably take them, too.
Even the Hooters?
Yes, I'm going to take your Hooters records.
How about them Dead Milkmen albums?
Do you have all of them?
Yeah. Oh, don't take Beelzebubba, please. Please don't take Metaphysical Graffiti.
You can have Metaphysical Graffiti.
Oh, okay. How about my Brittany Fox movie?
What movie?
Brittany Fox.
What, the band Brittany Fox?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what, videos?
Yeah, they put out a home video, and I filmed it off the TV.
So, well, you bought the home video or rented it, and then you film it?
Yeah.
Again off?
Yeah, so I can watch it like a movie.
For the band Britney Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have that.
How about my live video of Robert Hazard at Phlly Gardens?
At City Gardens?
No, Phlly Gardens.
What is Phlly Gardens?
Oh, that was a short-lived Philly club. Do you know Randy Now?
Sure, he started City Gardens.
Yeah. Yeah, he got tired of city gardens over there, so he wanted to have his club in a real city like Philly.
Mm-hmm.
He was afraid that shoebox City Gardens was going to fall into that swamp that it's built on.
Uh-huh. Oh, so Trenton is a swamp.
It's a swamp pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, you can't.
Well, can I keep my Scrapple maker?
Your Scrapple. Now, what is Scrapple exactly?
Oh, are you serious?
I'm totally serious.
Oh, it's divine. It's like the best parts of the meat that they don't actually use for them hot dogs.
Oh, so the stuff that isn't up to snuff for hot dogs.
Oh, no, you got it all wrong.
Uh-huh. Okay. So it's the meat that doesn't make it into hot dogs.
Yeah, it's like the snout and a little bit of the middle of the tail.
The middle of the tail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can keep your Scrapple
Oh,
maker.
great. Now I'm just wondering how I'm going to cart all this stuff home.
Which stuff?
All the stuff you're letting me keep.
Well, I kind of think that's your problem, right?
Well, it wouldn't be if you hadn't cheated.
I didn't cheat.
Oh, yes, you did.
I most certainly did not cheat.
No, it's so typical of New Jersey.
You lost fair and square, Phlly Boy Roy. So you have to take...
Rhoda Jr., you stay away from that bum. This is New Jersey. All the rules are off. No, don't touch him.
Don't touch yet. Yeah, God forbid you touch the bum.
Oh, we know all about you guys up here.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you do. And we know all about you guys down there in Philly.
You know that we're number one, and we prove it always.
Yeah, except for in the football where I guess you came in 4th or 3rd, right?
Oh, it all depends how you look at it.
And how do you look at it, Roy?
Like we got cheated.
Wow, that's a shocker that you think you got cheated. You know, you're the one who suggested the bit, not me. I mean, and I'm not going to do it. If you want to bet, I'm not going to do it, and that's just how it goes.
You made me bet, and you know it.
I made you bet.
Look, I got to get rolling. This guy's looking dangerous over here, okay?
Uh-huh.
You know what?
What's that?
You're not getting the stuff after all.
What stuff?
All the stuff.
All the stuff?
Yep.
Even though I'm supposed to get your 3 houses.
Yep.
What, are you going back and taking your house back?
You've proven yourself unworthy of getting the stuff.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
All right, well, you haven't heard the last of me, okay?
I'm sure I haven't.
Oh, and I have one more thing to say to all your listeners.
What's that?
New Jersey sucks.
Oh, that's
charming. Phlly Boy Roy. Oh, the phone number 201-200-9368. That's what Open Phone Tuesdays gets you. Calls like that. We were talking about Lord of the Rings and how horrifyingly bad it is. I want people who actually like the movie to call up and tell me about why they liked it. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on, Tom?
Not a whole lot. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, actually.
Who's this?
This is Eric.
You hate the Hasu Kid, right?
Yeah, I fooled Dave.
You fooled Dave?
Dave wouldn't let me on, so...
Did you know about this, Dave?
I didn't let him on previously.
It's all in good fun, though.
You were fooled by the Hasu Kid.
I'm not the Hasu Kid, no way. See, I don't know. Brandon was supposed to call up before, but he didn't, so... I was waiting for him.
Who was supposed to call up?
Can you ask Dave if Brandon called up before, but he denied him?
Did Brandon call up before Dave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he denied him. Oh.
He denied him.
All right.
So since you tricked Dave...
No, come on, don't give me the toilet.
You know you want it so bad.
Can you give me the toilet when I'm done? Like,
No, this is not the Tom Leykis show. I don't take people out
Where were you
toilet
last
style.
week, huh? Fill us in.
I'm not going to talk about it.
A little Howie Mandel. Huh?
What's that?
Howie Mandel, that's what they said.
Who said that?
I don't know, that dude that filled in for you.
The dude said I was with Howie Mandel?
Who's the guy who filled in for you?
Oh, geez, I'm so glad you mentioned that. I want to thank Toddophonic Todd for filling in for me last week.
See?
I appreciate it. He's a stand-up guy. And, so, Eric?
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say?
I did. See, we wanted to challenge Phlly Boy Roy to a fight.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if he can beat us up. You know, he being from Philly.
Okay.
Being from Jersey.
So you want to fight Phlly Boy Roy and the Hasu Kid at the same time? Do you want
if it was like a three-way brawl, that'd be amazing.
like a battle royale?
Like everyone just...
Well, you know what? Phlly Boy Roy can email me his information once he gets his computer back into his house. Because I did see... actually, I should just yell out to him. He's actually still out there moving his stuff back into his car. So, well, let's see if he wants to do it, okay? But Eric?
Yeah. Oh, wait, and you know, Diabolical Calamities, remember that? You know,
Yeah.
That crazy band? Well, rumor around town is you might be making a call. See, they want to perform on your show for you.
Oh, wow.
If you would like that.
Oh, you mean the band Diabolical Commodities?
Yes, you know it.
Uh-huh. This is the band with the guy who's a lifeguard,
yes,
right?
he's going to call up. See, after I'm done, I'm supposed to call him up and tell him to call up, but I don't want Dave to deny him.
Uh-huh.
So if he calls up and says he's from Diabolical Commodities, can you let him come on, though?
You want to know what?
What?
Eric, your friends from Diabolical Commodities will never get through.
Why?
If he can trick Dave and get through, then he can get on the air.
Oh man.
Okay,
why?
but he will not get through.
Interview him? It's the whole band, all two of them.
All two of them.
Yeah.
If he can trick Dave and get through, then he can get on the air.
Oh,
okay.
That's cruel.
Well, that's the way it got to be.
All right.
All right. Thank you, son.
Can you give me the toilet?
No.
Come on.
No, I'm not
do
gonna.
it.
No. It's a tool. You don't just use tools willy nilly. No.
Oh,
not,
fine.
you want it too bad. Go flush yourself at home. Do you have a toilet in your house?
I do.
Then go play the home game. I don't need to hear you or your toilet at home. Hey, everybody, this is WFMU East Orange, WXHD Mount Hope, worldwide on the World Wide Web at WFMU.org. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, this is Scott, and I have something to tell you about metal pipes.
Okay, well, I should preface this by saying a few weeks ago on the show, we did the thing where I was telling it like it is, right?
You were?
I was telling it like it is in the spirit of Howard Cosell. And
no, I didn't get that reference.
I told you called and asked me how pipes were made.
Well, how seamless metal pipes were manufactured. I didn't understand it.
And I criticized you.
And it hurt. It cut deep.
I told you that was a stupid question. But I apologized to you in an email.
You did.
And I said, I overreacted. And
you did.
That we would take lemons.
And make lemonade. Because you now... I hold the knowledge.
You went... I said, Dave. I said, Scott... Why don't you go and learn about how these pipes are made and then come on the air and tell us how they're made?
Which is exactly what I did. I have a rudimentary knowledge of how they're made.
Okay. Well, would you like to tell us now?
Well, let me tell you how I did this. It's kind of cool. I remembered that my second cousin's father, I guess he's kind of my uncle.
Okay.
He used to be a plumber.
Mm-hmm.
So I called him up and asked him, and he kind of knew. But he put me in touch with a manufacturer of metal pipes. Well, actually, the guy faxed me some information over. I wasn't in touch with him.
Okay.
And then I also know a guy who he's a managing engineer at the Exploratorium in San Francisco. So he gave me a little bit of information as well.
Okay, so you actually made a few phone calls and
did a little legwork.
Yeah.
And first, I think what you should know is the two basic different kinds of pipes. There's the welded pipe and there's the seamless pipe. The welded pipe is, I believe, the easier to manufacture pipe, and incidentally, these normally each come in 21-foot lengths.
Okay.
And The welded pipe has a seam along the edge. It's made out of tons of different kinds of metals, and the seam is either on the inside or the outside or both. Some of the fancier ones, there's a little machine that runs along the inside of the pipe, and it welds along that seam. At the same time, another machine welds along the top seam of the pipe, which is pretty cool. So it starts as a flat sheet of metal.
Mhm.
It's wrapped around and then welded together. Well, the seamless pipe is what I couldn't understand. How could that be made?
So the welded pipe, first of all, is welded from the inside and the outside, or the outside.
Or it depends on, imagine how many kinds of pipe there are in the world and how many uses there are for pipes. So
now if this starts off as a sheet of metal, right?
Exactly.
And then just explain it. So it's a sheet of metal
and
for the welded pipe.
It's formed into a pipe, and then you've got to seal that seam up somehow.
How is it turned in? How is it formed? It's bent.
There's a whole variety of ways to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's usually bent around some sort of a
like a bar.
Another bar, yeah.
Okay.
And you can imagine that that's not going to be as strong as a pipe with no seams as it's manufactured, because if you're going to be running, say, oil or something with a lot of pressure through one of these pipes, the phrase "a chain is as strong as its weakest link."
You're creating weakest links in those welding points.
There could very well be.
Okay.
And so the stronger way to do it is to extrude the pipe.
Okay.
And that's what I couldn't understand.
That's for the seamless pipe.
Right. I couldn't understand how in the heck that was done. And
Okay.
this is what I discovered. What they do is they get a piece of, like imagine a big fat disc of metal it's sort of spinning around, and it's really hot. And they take a big rod, and they just push it straight through that pipe. And there's a lot of engineering and a lot of math and chemicals involved. A chemical composition, just the right chemical composition, just the right amount of heat involved as this is all happening to make a pipe as this rod pierces this metal disc, and the wall is equally thick all the way through to the end of the 21-foot pipe.
Because the metal disc is like a
real
perfect.
hot,
it's like a perfect circle.
Right, and it's nice and malleable.
Okay.
And
so it's getting pushed through what, though? That's what I'm not picturing.
It's getting take your right hand,
okay,
and make it into a fist.
Okay.
And take your left hand and make it into a fist. Sorry.
Okay.
Take your right hand and point your index finger.
Yeah.
And do the make love symbol, and that's how it works.
So the actual substance that is the pipe is just a mass at that point.
Exactly.
Is it even in is the exterior in the shape of the pipe yet?
Well, it's spinning around. It's this disc has rollers underneath it, and it's spinning around. The whole thing has to be spinning. The pipe that's going through it, the rod that's going through it, is constantly spinning, and the disc that's real hot is spinning probably the other way. I think it depends on who's manufacturing it and for what use they want it for, and what the materials are made out of.
And so that's what hollows out the thing. That's what gives you the hollow part of a pipe.
Right.
Now, how is the pipe, the exterior of the pipe shaped? Is that just like sculpture? It's like the subtraction of a mass?
I believe it's pretty much, it's all math. It's all figured out with, as far as what I've seen from the information that I have, it's all math. They figure out, they get just the right amount of metal to be spinning around at just the right heat, just the right type of elements in the metal, and they pierce it at just exactly in the middle. And you end up with no extra material, I believe. And I think you also polish the outside.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of polishing involved in the end. But I did learn some interesting things along the way. That we were talking about the diameter of the pipe,
yes,
the wall thickness of the pipe, is actually called the schedule.
Okay, so the actual thickness of the pipe
is called the schedule. And if you were to go to a manufacturer and you say, and apparently this is a typical pipe size, I'd like a 1.5-inch schedule 40 pipe. The dimensions of that pipe, the outer dimensions of that pipe are 1.9 inches for 1.5-inch schedule.
Okay.
And the wall. Oh wait, I'm confused. No, the wall thickness is 0.145 inches.
Okay.
It's all confusing.
So the thickness is 1.45.
The wall thickness is 0.145 inches.
0.145, okay.
Yeah, and the outer dimensions are 1.9 inches.
Okay. So that's the diameter is 1.9 inches?
The outer diameter. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was kind of a fun journey getting from how is this done? I have no idea to I think I understand this now.
And how long can they make one single seamless pipe? Do you know what the longest pipes are?
I believe it's 21 feet is typically what they always make them. And
okay.
Let me tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason you would choose a seamless pipe as opposed to a welded pipe with a seam is that when you machine the pipe after it's been manufactured already, like say you want to make a screw threads on one end of it, it's a lot stronger.
Really?
Than with a seam. Well, because you can imagine after you do all the welding and then you put some screw threads on it, you're going to get, it's not going to cut the pipe exactly where it was welded as it was, because the other one's totally uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And so, there you go.
Now, Scott, I think I have something that's going to be very thrilling for you.
Oh, yeah?
A special guest joining the show.
Uh-oh.
WFMU, you're on the air.
Hi, Tom.
Yes.
Hi, yeah, I actually used to work at Bethlehem Steel for a few years.
Wow.
This guy's talking a lot of trash.
No, wait a minute.
Dude, it's all molds. You just, it's like how you make wax. You just pour molten metal into a mold.
Okay, and that's where you're wrong, my friend.
Excuse me?
That's where you're wrong, my friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Okay.
So where did you work?
Bethlehem Steel.
Bethlehem Steel.
Where's Bethlehem Steel?
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
What did you do there?
A metal worker. You could find the information at...
You were a metal worker. What were your duties?
MP3.com. Diabolical...
Oh, he tried to get me.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, I'm not talking cack here.
But you know what?
What's that?
I think would you, Scott, let me buy for $50 your entire life rights? Because I think I have an idea for a show, like a movie based on you. You ready for this?
Uh-huh.
Pipe Detective. And you debunk people who try to pretend that they work at steel factories. How does that sound? Wouldn't you watch that every week, like a guy?
It sounds intriguing. So wait, so you want a TV show or a movie?
I think we should start off...
You could start off with a TV movie and then spin that off into a half-hour TV show.
You know what the exciting thing will be? That a 3-hour movie called Pipe Detective will be better than Fellowship of the Rings.
That's a good title.
Did you see Fellowship of the Rings?
I did, and think about how much bigger a pipe is than a ring.
How bad was Fellowship of the Rings? Wasn't it horrible?
I didn't think it was all that bad.
Wasn't it just the worst?
Did you read the book?
No.
I didn't either.
All the people who... I've been getting all these calls from people who say you have to read the book. Oh, you didn't read the book, so like you're too dumb.
But the book... I mean, this goes back to what you said a while back. It reminds me of what you said a long time ago about if you like a certain... Let's say you like ska. And people always say, well, you have to know the old reggae in order to get the ska. It's like... But you like this one band who plays this kind of music. Why? I mean, who cares?
Yeah, it's like how come I have to do all this homework before I go see a movie? Or
exactly.
It's like
that's not entertainment.
No, and you know what the thing is with the Fellowship of the Rings? You're a smart guy. Here's something I want to propose to you.
Mm-hmm.
Was it maybe the most latently homosexual movie ever made?
There's a lot of that in there. There's a lot of homoeroticism in there.
Yeah, exactly. Like with all these 9 guys who are scared of this giant pulsing eye. Like, what did that eye look like, right?
Yeah.
It looked like a, like a woman's, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
And they were all just like, ah! Like whenever they'd see it, they'd go, I'm scared of that.
And what about that? I mean, not that anything's wrong with that.
You know what? It just was so... It's like, okay, the Star Wars movies. I like Star Wars. You know what? They're pulpy, at least. And they're at least fun. And it took an hour before anything happened in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, okay, you recreated the book perfectly. Oh, great. It's like, Go do that on a website somewhere for just, like, fanatics of the thing, not just for people who want to go see a movie. It's like, oh, thank God they recreated the book so accurately.
Well, that's what you get. You get all these layers when you have an intellectual, writing something as opposed to, say, a George Lucas, making entertainment. You get all these extra layers that you have to deal with afterwards.
And the action wasn't even good. It was like there were like 2 fights in the entire 3-hour movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a little disappointed with that tofight scene when they're all when Frodo Bigfoot, whatever his name is, goes off on his own. Right after the big fight scene, they leave him alone.
Yeah.
It was I didn't think it was very well choreographed. It was a little bit confusing for me.
Yeah. It was just the worst for me.
Yeah.
You know what happened when I went to see it? I got up to go to the little boys' room, which I never do when I see a movie. I can hold on for any movie, but this movie I was like, you know what? If I miss 2 minutes, I don't care. So I got up.
Do you eat popcorn and soda?
No.
Okay.
So I went and I was walking back from the little boys' room, and then I said to the usher, I said, "Hey, what time is it?" And then it was a 9 p.m. showing we went to, and he said, it's 10:08. And I said,
Jesus.
I said, hey, what time does Lord of the Rings let out? And he looked at it, he said, 12:18.
Oh, my God.
And I said, so you mean I have 2 more hours to go in there? And he went, and the guy went, yep. Like he just knew.
Yeah, it's probably not the first time people have gone out and asked him that question.
I know. Well, Scott, you informed everyone.
I hope so, and I even withstood the debunking of the MP3 dork.
Yes, of pipe extrusion.
Yeah,
and I appreciate you turning lemons into lemonade.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. I haven't done any research since I got out of college, and it was kind of nice to get back on it again.
And people can look forward to our show, Pipe Detective, coming soon.
I know I will.
Okay, it's going to be on the Nashville Network.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thanks,
well,
Tom.
thanks a lot. Okay, bye.
Bye.
See? Exciting stuff. Who didn't just learn something? Oh, 201-200-9368 is the phone number. You know what the other thing about Lord of the Rings, the movie that was completely disturbing was it was almost just like a sanctioning of like hippie values and like it was like the hippies won somehow. It's like watching these like the opening scene when you see Frodo smoking that pipe. It's like right there I should have gotten up and said, oh. And then Gandalf rolls in on his old horse-drawn carriage. I literally said at one point to the person I was with, I said, anytime you want to leave, I'm ready to leave. And then there was the part when Gandalf jumped off the roof of the castle that Christopher Lee had trapped him in, and he jumped onto the back of a bird. And then I literally said at that point, let's go. Let's get going. Oh. It's like, oh, the hippies. It's like, there's no... What is the punk? Who doesn't like punk? And its energy and its excitement. Who doesn't like the punk? But this movie was like, they should have had like the Quicksilver Messenger service do the soundtrack to it. Instead of shooting it in New Zealand, they should have shot it in San Francisco. These smelly hippies. It was like validating hippies. Like
like smelly. It was like pot smoke. All the pot smoking going on in the movie. And you know what? If you want to smoke pot, go ahead. Let your freak flag fly. Smoke your smoke all the live long day. WFMU, you're on the air.
Tom.
Yes.
What up, dog? How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right, all right.
How you doing, dog?
Not too bad, playa. Listen, I wanted to talk with you a little bit about this Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Brouhaha.
Okay.
Going down.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not an apologist for the Lord of the Rings. To be quite honest with you, I agree with you. It was dull.
Mm-hmm.
It was dull. But
yes.
you know, my beef. Oh, and you know what? I went to see it with a Polish woman who spoke very little English. I just want to tell you this.
Okay.
And that was not an easy thing to try and explain. You know,
she just wanted to leave, right?
She
hated it.
And this was like a first date sort of thing. You know.
You took someone on a first date to Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I mean,
right? What did you do afterwards?
Well, there was no afterwards. That's what I'm telling you.
3
hours of that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of a What did you do before that? Go to a comic book shop? Pick up some more lammies for your collection? The two of you bag some Silver Age comics?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you know, the new Spider-Man is coming out.
Yeah, so...
yeah, so she loves the comic books.
Does she like comic books?
She speaks about 10 words of English, so I figured I'm a shoo-in.
Now, how did you meet this person, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, it was a Christmas party, you know. She's there, I'm there, we're drinking vodka. She told me all about Poland. Apparently, this will surprise you, Poland is a land of rivers, lakes, and mountains.
Really?
Yeah.
Rivers, lakes, and mountains.
Well, yeah.
Kind of like Rivendell.
Much like Rivendell, or Hobbiton, for that matter.
Hobbiton.
Oh.
That was the other thing. Like, when they throw around, like, to create this stupid Middle-earth world, when they throw around, like, the names of just, like, perhaps we should go to the mines of Moria. We'll never go through the mines of Moria. That's what they, like, trying so hard to create the world, and it... Oh, Daddy wants his money back.
Did you ever know, by the way, that in the Led Zeppelin tune, there's a reference?
Which one, the Misty Mountain?
I believe it is Misty Mountain Hop, that's right.
Which made me... I don't like Led Zeppelin anymore, I should mention, because of... I didn't realize the Lord of the Rings, the thing was so prevalent for them to name a song. So now Led Zeppelin are... They're on my S-hit list.
Your fantasy hit list?
Yes.
I heard that Robert Plant actually used to give out the whole series as gifts.
Mm-hmm.
He would just go out at Christmas time and buy like 500, you know, the 4-volume set and just send those out to...
Did he give out the Silmarillion? What is the Silmarillion?
That was like the last volume, I think. It was largely posthumous, I believe. I could be wrong about that.
So it's good because it's shorter. He didn't have time to write 900 pages.
I think it's the longest of them all, but somebody else might have finished it, is what it is. Yeah.
Probably like his son, Robbie Tolkien.
He wrote a bunch afterwards, I think. Yeah, he continued the lineage.
His son did?
Yeah. And I understand they're not great literary achievements.
So they're not as good as Fellowship of the Ring. You know what the amazing thing is with these Tolkien books? That rocket scientist who called earlier, and then he mentioned Tolkien and Stephen King. Now, don't take this the wrong way, but those are dumb people's smart books, if you know what I mean. They're smart books for dumb people, where it's like, I read The Stand.
Right.
You know, it's like, hey, did you ever read this Stephen King book? And it's like, that's as challenging as any of the reading they did. It's like, just because it's long means like they read a book. And you know what? If you want to read, God bless you. If you want to read Stephen King books all the live long day, more power to you. But don't pretend that those are like the best books that have ever been created. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Thank you. So you were not a fan of the novels going in?
Well, I read The Hobbit, and when I was a kid, and that's,
which I did
whatever.
also.
When you're a kid, you're into it, whatever. It works for you. But I have not read the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was going to ask you, and I guess this is my challenge to you.
Okay.
I enjoyed, The Hobbit made or whatever this was. The Lord of the Rings made a 5 in my a 10-point movie scale.
Uh-huh.
So okay, I'll deal with it. I've seen worse. But the question is, what better fantasy movies can you reel off? Because I think the problem lies with the fantasy genre. To be quite honest.
Probably. You're probably right.
I can think of one though. I can think of one superior fantasy film.
I know. I'm sure I know the movie you're thinking of.
I know you know it.
Krull.
Krull is not. Nor is
you're
the
thinking
Never-Ending Story.
Yor.
What's that?
Remember Yor? The movie Yor?
I do not.
You're thinking of... Give me a hint.
Oh, I'll give you a great hint. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
This is the spell that is used, the incantation to bring the fog for the evil armies.
You're thinking of The Fog, the movie The Fog.
Alal Nathrak Uthfas Befud Dokiel Dienvi. I memorized this.
Althos?
Alal Nathrak.
Alo Nathrak.
Watch out! You could cloak New Jersey
in a fog.
In a fog.
Well, where are you?
I would be in Brooklyn.
Is Brooklyn cloaked in a fog right now?
Brooklyn it is bellowing from my windows as we speak.
Because you just said that.
Because I've invoked it.
Then I shan't invoke it.
These are definitely powerful words.
Okay, now what? Give me another hint.
It is another hint.
Let me see. Is Dom DeLuise in the movie?
Tom DeLuise. If
they
put him in there.
That was the other thing about Lord of the Rings. If I could just say, seeing what's his name, Sean Astin, right? Is that it? Seeing Rudy as one of the hobbits. Come on, that's Bush League. That's Rudy. That's the son of Gomez, right?
He was the kid who played for Notre Dame. Is that the movie?
Yeah, that's the movie. The kid who was like the worst player in Notre Dame history, where it's like he played like one play, and then like, and he he's Gomez's son though, right? From the Addams Family.
Right.
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 Gedida. Right.
Right.
Remember that. Now give me another hint on this movie.
Well, one of the coolest things, and I wish I could remember who the warlock is, a famous sorcerer from myth, wears this cool skull cap that's like a silver skull cap that goes over his head the whole time.
You're talking about Time Bandits.
You're getting warmer, but that's another. Now that might work.
Time Bandits is a good fantasy-ish type movie, right?
I think that would fit roughly into the fantasy.
Remember when like the dwarves are running down the hall and it's like, bring back the map, bring back, and it's like animated though. It's like so cheap looking, but it looks good. It's like Terry Gilliam drew that head by hand, and then the family blows up at the end by touching the thing inside the toaster.
And that was scary.
That was scary. That was like true kids horror, like German evil horror fables. Let me think. Give me another hint, though. So you said the skull cap. That's what made me think of David Warner in Time Bandits.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is this movie you're talking about?
This would be mid-70s, I believe.
Mid-70s.
Mid to late.
You are talking about the movie starring Ray Milland. It's called. It is called. I don't know. Is Ray Milland in it?
I don't know who that guy is, to be quite honest with you, but it's based on the Arthurian legend.
Oh, you're talking about the one on the motorcycles, the George Romero Night Riders. Remember that movie?
I wish. No.
That movie was awesome, where they fought. What's that? Excalibur? You're talking about Excalibur?
I am talking about Excalibur.
That's right. That was a good movie. I remember liking that.
A damn fine movie.
And it was like really violent, right?
Lots of good violent scenes. At the end, who is it? Galahad comes back.
Yeah, and
stands atop a pile of fallen warriors.
The Lady of the Lake.
The Lady of the Lake.
I like them. I liked Excalibur a lot. See, that's something that just had fighting in it. It's like you knew they were fighting humans. They weren't fighting something in a lab that they didn't see. And the other thing, when they're going down the the stairs in Lord of the Rings, trying to jump over that gap. Remember that when the gap in the stairs broke, and then it was like playing Super Mario Brothers. It was like I've seen video games do that more interestingly. It's like so. But anyway, I appreciate your call, young man.
Thank you, Tom.
I do have to get back to the other people.
Take care of yourself.
Well, thank
brother.
you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
WFMU, you're on the air.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Kate 1.
Kate 1.
Yeah.
How are you, Kate 1?
Good.
Hey, guess what I'm doing right now? I'm looking at that package you guys sent me.
Did you get it?
This is so nice that you guys sent me this thing.
She did not send it.
This is so nice. I appreciate it so much. You told me 12 times you were sending me this package, and you finally sent it. So thoughtful.
You know what, though?
You didn't send me anything.
I had nothing to do with the package. Nothing whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
That was Kate, too. You have to bring it up with her.
Okay. You were supposed to contribute to it.
No, this was, like, Kate's family and her parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a Kate 2 thing.
Uh-huh. What would have killed you to chip in on the package? What is it? You know what it is? Tell me what it is. Yeah.
Or you mean what it was going to
What's
be?
inside? What was inside the package?
Well, from what I hear, it was going to be, like, cookies.
Cookies. Oh. I like cookies.
Yeah, cookies are good.
Mm-hmm. You know how you can tell I like cookies? I weigh 400 pounds.
I know, I remember.
You remember?
Yeah.
Wasn't that hilarious? How fat I was?
Yeah.
When you guys saw me at the station. So did you see Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, that's what I called about.
Uh-huh. And you hated it, right?
I hated it.
Because it's not punk.
No, it was a bit of a disgrace to the book.
Did you read all the books?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not a big fantasy fan. I hate fantasy novels.
Uh-huh. But you read all 3 of the books?
Yeah, I liked Lord of the Rings, though.
You liked all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were interesting. Like, fantasy books usually don't catch my interest.
Yeah.
But I think it's a little unfair of you to, make fun of Led Zeppelin just because of the Hobbit thing, because those books were really intricate, and you couldn't get that at all from the movie. And there were a lot of interpretations and things that Led Zeppelin did that you wouldn't understand unless you read the book. And it's not as corny as it seems.
So tell me a Led Zeppelin song that you being a Lord of the Rings scholar.
I'm not a Lord of the Rings scholar.
Well, tell me, okay, you as someone who read the trilogy of books.
Okay.
Tell me a Led Zeppelin song that you appreciate more than the normal rock listener would appreciate.
Well, I didn't say that.
Well, no, just give me one. Just give me one song.
Well, there's Misty Mountain Hop, of course.
Now, what about that, though?
Well, Misty Mountain Hop was like the mountain that they did something. I don't remember. I read these books like 4 years ago.
Uh-huh. Is there another Led Zeppelin song that you can cite?
No, not that I remember, but if you search on the internet, since I know you're connected straight to the internet from your computer, there are obsessed fans that devote entire websites to the subject.
So if I go online right now, and I go to, like, Google, right?
I don't use Google.
And then I type in Lord of the Rings, Led Zepp. Let's see what comes up. Okay. All right. Lord of the Rings. Let's go to this one site here. Okay, you ready? I'm going to read from this thing here.
Okay.
It says, let's see. Okay, Harry Knowles picked up on a rumor. Okay, and I will be talking about Harry Knowles later in the show, the guy who runs that site, Ain't It Cool News. Have you ever been there on the internet?
No.
He's this 1,100-pound guy with red hair who runs this website, like that tells movie scoops and things. Harry Knowles has picked up on a rumor, and the guy spells rumor with R-U-M-O-U-R, which everyone knows is the incorrect way to spell rumor.
Could be a typo.
Well, I guess this guy's website looks like it's from the UK, but still, He should respect America.
What does that have to do with it?
He should respect America enough to spell rumor the proper way.
But that's not alternate spelling.
No, it's an incorrect spelling.
Then why are you bringing up the UK?
Because the guy's website is out of the UK.
So?
So over there, they spell rumor with 2 U's.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Trust me, they do.
No, they don't.
They don't? Oh, can I get one call coming in here? One call from someone to say whether in the UK they spell rumor with 2 U's.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Okay,
Let's see if someone calls up. But anyway, they say, Harry Knowles has picked up on a rumor that I read some time ago that Alanis Morissette and Axl Rose are doing a Led Zeppelin cover for the Lord of the Rings movie.
Well, see, that's sick. You can't... This only refers to the movie. You need to find a website that was before the...
Well, I think I found it right here. See, I think I found it. I think I found the site that clicks to it. Okay. Hold on one second, madam.
You don't know my name, do you?
It's Kate 2. Kate 1.
Oh, see, you don't even know my name.
Kate.
Kate. No, actually, that's not my name.
It was Sandra.
No.
WFMU, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi there.
How you doing?
I'm calling on the rumor controversy.
Okay.
You are correct. It is R-U-M-O-U-R over in the United Kingdom.
Yes. But wouldn't you say that that is the incorrect way to spell it?
I think America is at the apex of the language pyramid, and therefore...
We win.
We win.
We win every battle.
Mm-hmm. At least as far as the wacky use and the words go.
Uh-huh. Oh, we actually have a, if I could just say thank you for calling, young man, and I'm going to talk to someone who actually does actual editing. WFMU, you're on the air.
Oh, hey, Tom. This is WFMU radio personality Gaylord Fields.
Hey, how you doing, guy?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm okay.
Now, Tom, you know what I do for a living.
Yes.
You can tell those listeners.
You are a... I guess you guys like to be called maintenance workers, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, you are a you do editing,
right?
For magazines. Can you hear this Gaylord on the air, Kate?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever listen to his show on the radio?
No, I don't. What show is it?
It's the Gaylord Show, and it's actually on it's on. You know Z100?
Oh, I don't get those. I live in the boondocks.
You don't get Z100?
But she gets WFMU.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's
you
91.1.
You have the most unique house of anyone ever. Boy, I can't pick up Z100, but FMU comes in loud and clear. So anyway,
Wait, why is that so outrageous?
Because Z100 has like a 50 million watt station.
So?
Instead of the 800 we have?
The 8 watts that
I don't control that, though.
That's exactly the point. You don't control it.
All right,
Do you not believe me? Would you like me to...
No, I believe you. I believe you.
Oh, no,
100%.
this isn't about This is about believing something else.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
As
tell me.
a editing professional...
Yes, and he is he edits for real publications, like real ones.
Right. Okay. Ones you've heard. I can tell you a publication name. You can open it up and see my name on the masthead.
Okay.
Okay, and his job is to do what?
Is to make sure that words are spelled correctly.
Okay. Are you clear on that, Kate? And
yes.
it's Natalie, right?
Yes.
See?
Did they tell you that?
No, I don't forget. So go ahead. So
I can say, without a doubt, my professional knowledge says that the word rumor, spelled R-U-M-O-U-R, is a British-only spelling that is incorrect in American use. Mm-hmm. When we get something from a British writer that's spelled R-U-M-O-U-R, and we always do because that's the way they spell it there, like they spell color and flavor with U's, I change it to the proper American spelling, R-U-M-O-R.
Yes.
And if you don't believe me, look up a Fleetwood Mac album that sold a few million copies called R-U-M-O-U-R-S.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay.
That's all I've got to say. That'll be $30.
Okay.
I charge by the hour.
You know where to put
tell
that?
it. Just send it to me, care of the station.
You know where to put the bill for that.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
See?
Yeah.
So you learned something tonight.
I did.
Now, I have the site here. It's Led Zeppelin's Allusions to Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what we've got here. Let's see. Oh, come on. Where's the example here? I'm looking for... Okay, he's interested in the works of Tolkien. Let's see. Ramble on. Let's see what it says. Ramble on. Leaves are falling all around. It is time I be on my way. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged for such a pleasant stay. But now it's time for me to go. The autumn moon lights my way. But now I smell the rain and with it pain, and it's heading my way. After confirming that Frodo's ring was indeed the One Ring, Gandalf spends part of the summer making plans for Frodo's journey to Rivendell. At the end of the summer, he sets off an adventure on his own. Let's see. So here's from Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh, please don't. You don't have to quote it. It's okay.
Oh, this is hard. I'm not even going to bore. I'm bored by this already. I just want to read the one from, I guess, Battle of Evermore. Is that a battle in Lord of the Rings? I guess it says, the Battle of Evermore is a parallel to the Battle of Pelennor Fields, the final battle of the War of the Ring taking place before the gates of Gondor. Now, just doesn't... Anything with something called the gates of Gondor, shouldn't you just be ashamed to be associated with that?
But it's a little bit... That's taken out of context. It's a little bit different if you read the books because...
Now, you're a punk rocker, right?
Punk rocker.
Right?
By what means?
You hate the hippies, right?
Well, hippies, you know, that's sort of a generic term.
You gotta hate the hippies.
But what does that mean, Tom? I'm not from that generation. I don't know what that is.
Well, look at Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And look at Gandalf.
Okay.
Now imagine him out of that robe.
Okay.
And in a filthy jean jacket.
Okay.
Okay? And if you ever see anyone like that, then that's a hippie. Okay?
I have to disagree with you, Tom.
Well, I have to disagree with you, and I have to move on.
You're hanging up on me?
I have to ramble on.
Don't hang up on me.
I'm not going to flush you, though.
Oh.
Okay?
So you're going to save me my dignity?
Yes, I will. What do you think of that flushing sound effect that I use?
I think it's horrible.
You think it's mean?
Not mean.
Would you be mad if it happened to you?
Rude. I would be very angry.
You'd be mad if you got flushed, right?
I would be insulted. Well, just because we have personal connections. I'm not just like...
Well, you know what? I'm not going to do it then. I'm going to say to you, thank you for calling, madam, and I bid thee farewell.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I mean, I only gave you... how long has she been on the phone? 15, 20 minutes. Thank you. All right?
But that's an estimate. My estimate.
But that's an estimate. Okay, well let's keep you on the air until we get an official an official tabulation on that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I have
That
to say
sounds good.
okay.
Oh.
Good night to you, young lady.
Joking?
Okay. Yes, that was a joke.
Sorry.
How's school?
Great.
You having fun?
I love school.
Do you have any homework to do?
No.
No?
No.
Did you do all your homework?
No, it's not really important where I go.
Mm-hmm. Well, what book are you reading right now in school?
Textbook? Like
Or
literature
anything.
book?
Literature. How about in literature? What are you reading?
We're doing grammar.
Okay. What's the most recent thing you learned in school?
How to say throw up in German.
And how do you say throw up in German?
It's like kotzen or something.
Kotzen?
Something like that.
Okay.
I learned that today.
Okay, well, see? Who says that the educational system is crumbling rapidly? Look what the kids are learning. They learn the word... Now you know how to say the word throw up in German.
I think it's more of a slang, like puke.
Okay. Kotzen. Right?
But that's in its infinitive form.
Okay.
So you'd have to, change it if you were going to say, I'm puking.
Okay, if you said I'm... Okay, well, I appreciate this.
No problem.
Well, thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye. Lord of the Rings.
As bad as it gets. The only movie I ever walked out on in a theater was What Planet Are You From? The Gary Shandling, Mike Nichols movie. Only movie I ever walked out on. But I would have walked out on Lord of the Rings. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hi, Tom. It's George.
Hey, George. How you doing?
You know, I'm listening here, and I'm just heartbroken.
Why is that?
Because I think.
Because I made fun of the gates of Gondor?
Well.
Are you going to say, by the gates of Gondor, I can't believe you'd make fun of these things?
By 7 elven spells. Well, I'm thinking more. You know, I think that there's kind of an event that you're seeing here that so many millions of people have read that book.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just think of how many people have read it.
Sure.
And every single one of them, you know, no one ever got that book in school. You know, their parents didn't usually give it to them. It's something that everyone discovered more or less on their own.
Okay.
And here it is. For once, they all can get together in public and enjoy it and celebrate it. And I think that's where you're getting the success here. And I understand the movie itself. You know, all it can be is a film. So what can you do with it? You know.
I don't know. No, when did you read the books?
Oh, I read, at 16, 17.
And were you just completely blown away by them?
I liked them a lot. I didn't think I was going to like them. The people that told me to read it, I didn't trust their opinions.
And what character did you pretend you were? Stryker? You thought you were Stryker, didn't you?
I don't think I firmly identified with any of the characters, Tom.
You don't think you're like one of the hobbits that gets? You have to admit that the other thing in the movie that just drove me nuts is the pathetic attempt at comedic relief. When all of a sudden it would just be like,
oh, it's painful. That's hurtful.
When all of a sudden it would be the movie's so solemn and just taking itself so seriously. And then all of a sudden you have like a hobbit going like, I'm going to set the fireworks off.
They didn't have a Jar Jar Banks, though.
They pretty much had 2 Jar Jar Bankses in this movie. What were those 2 hobbits' names?
Pippin is one. And the other one I'd have to look up. You know?
Look up?
Yeah.
What, are you going to look it up in your Hobbit encyclopedia?
My concordance? No, I don't have a concordance of it.
Excuse me for not getting the lingo correctly. A concordance.
But I wanted to share with you another idea that maybe you or some of the listeners might try, and that's using the books as a geek detector. Because what you can do, and in fact, just today I was sitting in a public place in a corporate lunchroom reading The Hobbit, and I was approached by various people.
You were?
Who got
Why were you reading The Hobbit in public?
Well, because right now that's acceptable. For the first time ever, maybe. You don't have to crawl into a dark room.
Hey, you know what the other thing you can do if you're going to use the books as a geek detector? You know what else you can use the books for? A geek beater. That if you see someone reading the books in public, not that they should do this to you, but if you see someone reading the 3 books in public, you hit them with them.
No, you'd want the Silmarillion in hardcover for that.
Now, did you read the Silmarillion?
No.
How big is the Silmarillion?
I believe it's 900 pages.
And what is the biggest of the books in the trilogy?
I think they're probably about 300 pages each.
That's it?
Yeah, they're not that big. I mean, total, they and in paperback they weigh about 10 ounces.
They're 300 pages each. Is that right?
Something like that.
Oh, I got to check this out now. I thought they were bigger.
No, the work. The thing about the work, the man knew what he was doing. He's a good writer. He puts words together very well.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not a foolish man, not a stupid man. So the books are sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the woman said before, the girl on the phone. She said, it's good fantasy.
Mm-hmm. But we're talking about the movie.
Yeah.
Which was horrifying.
Well, I think in 10 years that movie is still going to be in circulation.
I'm sure it will be.
And I think it's better than the Titanic, for instance.
Which will be in circulation in 10 years.
I think the Titanic, they might put a copy of that on the next space capsule and shoot it off into the universe.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If we put a copy of Fellowship of the Rings into space, and another species or another inhabitants of another world found it, I give them every right to blow up Earth if they find it and they say, "Oh my God," because either they think that we're responsible for this as art, or they think that's actually who we are. Like they actually think it's like a planet with like wizards and hobbits, and like they just completely they just blow it out of the.
See, I think the direction to look at this in as just a it's a hippie thing, but it's not necessarily just hippies. I think everyone has a little bit of that inside of them. And I think you might be just fighting it right now, Tom.
So you think I'm fighting my inner hobbit?
Yeah, you could say that.
No, you can say that. I will now. I have no inner hobbit. Inner hobbit. How dare you?
Good night, Mr. Scharpling.
Well, good night to you, George. Thank you for
take
calling.
Care.
Okay. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hello, Tom.
Yes.
It's Paul D. Miller.
How you doing, Paul?
Okay.
What can I do for you, Paul?
Maybe you know me as DJ Spooky.
DJ Spooky.
Yeah.
You're DJ Spooky.
That's right.
How are you doing? This is the DJ Spooky?
Yes, it is. That Subliminal Kid.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Well, thanks for calling up. This is kind of exciting.
Hey, no problem.
So, to what do we owe this the pleasure of this phone call?
I'd like to make a request.
Okay.
I'd like to hear some new Duncan Imperials.
Some new Duncan Imperials.
Yep.
I don't think I'm gonna. I'm not a fan of that.
How about some Bolt Thrower?
Some Bolt Thrower? That's like the. No, I'd rather not play Bolt Thrower. Well, I'm not a big fan of that sound.
It sure would help me work right now.
What are you working on?
I've been contracted out to provide the soundtrack for Air Bud 4.
Really?
On the Rocks.
And what sport does Air Bud play in this movie?
Table tennis.
Table tennis. Wow.
Air Bud 4 on the Rocks.
So we can
I'll be providing the soundtrack for.
Now, is that going to be a theatrical release, or is that going to be straight to video?
Probably straight to V.
Uh-huh. Well, that's kind of exciting, I guess, right?
I guess so.
Well, and you're working...
So you can't, how about some Texas Instruments?
I don't have any. Probably not, no.
No?
Probably not.
Mm. Well, I'm going to let you go then, all right? It'll be in all the way, bro.
Well, DJ Spooky, thanks for calling.
Hey, no problem.
Keep in touch.
I will. Bye-bye.
Okay, all right, bye. Wow, it's, see, that's what happens on Open Phone Tuesday. Anything can happen. (201-200-9368) is the phone number. If you have any questions or comments or opinions on Lord of the Rings, now's the time to do it. I say the worst movie ever made. And it will only be trumped by the two movies that follow it. The Two Towers and was it Return of the King? Let's go to the old email, see what's going on. People who emailed Tom S. at WFMU.org. And hey, if you want to check out the Friends of Tom fan club, if you want to join the fun club, I guess we call it, you can email Tom S. at WFMU.org, TOMS at WFMU.org, and say, I want to be a friend of Tom, and we'll get you your membership card right out. There actually is a very nice membership card, which a lot of people have received. Let's see here. We got someone else writing in, Ken, who's a regular listener to the show out in Cincinnati.
He says another genre of smart books for dumb people, rock criticism. He says Stephen King is Jürgen Habermas compared to Anthony de Curtis. Tolkien is Gabriel Garcia Lopez. Yeah, nice literary reference. Gabriel Garcia Lopez. I think it's Marquez compared to Gina Arnold. Back to the drawing board with you, Kenny boy. Before you make your Weisenheimer comments, get your literary references in order. WFMU, you're on the air.
Yeah, I know you're talking about you hate the Lord of the Rings or whatever, but do you rate that as one of the worst, book to movie things you've ever seen, or?
Well, I'm just talking about the movie.
Just the movie.
I mean, people can call up and mention the book if they want, but I rate the movie as the worst movie I've ever seen.
Really?
And I've seen some bad movies.
Oh, okay.
How about you? Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it. I have no interest in seeing it.
Yeah, I wish I was in your boat.
Unless they come out with like the Cliff Notes version of the movie or something.
You know why I wish I was in your boat? Because did you ever see the movie 8mm?
Yes.
Which was a bad movie, right?
Yeah.
Horrible movie.
Yeah.
Terrible. You know what? Not as bad as Lord of the Rings. But in that movie,
yeah,
the one character who worked at like the porno shop in 8mm said to Nicolas Cage before he gets into this world, he said, "You know, man, there are things that you're going to see that you can't unsee."
Yes.
And I can't unsee Fellowship of the Rings.
So you're saying that Lord of the Rings is like watching a smut film?
Yes, it's like a smut film. Now, we're a smut film. Where are you calling from? An Elks Lodge?
A Mawa.
You're calling from Mawa.
Mawa, New Jersey.
Uh-huh. Mawa.
Yeah.
What is this? The movie? This is like the movie Frequency, where I'm obviously talking to someone from 1959. Somehow the radio crossed signals, and I'm talking to a man from 1959. Smut films. Yeah, smut film. Here in the future, we call them porno movies. You might want to introduce that to everybody as you guys go see the Brooklyn Dodgers or whoever.
What do they call that then?
What do they call? They call them snuff films.
Snuff. Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say.
That's right. I'm just giving you the old. No, not that old. The old like busting your chops. You know what I mean?
I got you.
You get it. Though.
Can I give my vote for the worst movie ever?
Yes.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Really? You think that was the worst movie ever?
That was a fabulous book and was horribly butchered.
See, I kind of like that movie. And I like the book a lot.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
I wanted to kill Johnny Depp.
But you know what?
I couldn't even watch it. I didn't want to ever forever remember that book as Johnny Depp.
As bad as you think that movie was?
Yeah.
Fellowship of the Ring, so much worse.
Really?
Yeah, what's the worst straight movie you've ever seen? Not book to movie.
Worst straight movie?
Yeah, just just actual. It wasn't like an adaptation.
Maybe Hard Bodies.
Hard Bodies. I saw Hard Bodies and Hard Bodies 2.
Yeah,
both of them in the theater. Better than Fellowship of the Ring.
Ski Patrol.
Ski Patrol. Seen it on video. Better than Fellowship of the Ring. Apologize about that. I think we got that. Hey, everybody. You're listening to WFMU East Orange, WXHD Mount Hope, worldwide on the World Wide Web at WFMU.org. This is the best show on WFMU. The phone number, 201-200-9368. The email address, toms@WFMU.org. Someone from Canada emailing here. Hey, Tom, I was just going to add that we have those same crazy spellings of rumor, flavor, and color, but they're optional. You can use either spelling.
But we do spell lieutenant like... Do you know how to spell lieutenant in Canadian, Dave? Canadian? Yes. L-E-F-T-E-N-N-A-N-T.
No, that's just the pronunciation.
Okay. Well, he said that's how they spell it.
Well, that's right.
Come on, Gord. Gord.
And also the U spellings aren't optional in Canada. They're mandatory.
Uh-huh. So they are. The U spellings are mandatory in Canada. And this is from a Canadian. This is Gord. Come on, Gord. You're Bush League. He also says, score 1 for freedom of linguistic choice, but apparently, my friend, you have been silenced by Dave, who is a Canada file. We've got Colleen checking in from Canada also. Rumor, color, and flavor are all considered correct in Canada. I also get that. I always get that mixed up, though. That's Colleen up in Canada. And one more email. Somebody giving me a link to check out someone's interpretation of Led Zeppelin lyrics, which we will go to in a bit. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, you?
I'm okay.
I'm just curious why you didn't walk out on it. Is it because you spent almost $20, or you figured, might as well get your money's worth?
I guess that was part of it. I was ready to leave. I had enough.
I didn't see the movie and I don't plan on it, but was there one scene that just summed it up? What an awful movie it is. Is it
the
where
one
you almost walked out on?
The one scene that did it for me was it was the scene when Gandalf jumps off the castle onto the back of a giant bird. Which, they didn't show how that happened. They showed, a moth flying by his face, and then he, whispers something to it.
Right.
And then, it came back, and then he all of a sudden jumps off the roof of the castle and then lands on the back of this giant bird.
Like he knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, he summoned the bird. Did he summon the bird, or did he turn the moth into a bird?
Right. And that was too much for you. You were just all right, this is getting out of hand.
I literally said at that moment...
I'm surprised you didn't walk out.
I said, let's leave.
I'm sorry?
I said at that moment, let's leave.
But you didn't.
I didn't.
That's weird. That's really interesting.
Is it really that interesting?
I think so.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen, young man?
I really hate it. I really hated Dirty Dancing. That really got on my nerves.
Did you see it in the theater?
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I technically walked out on it because I was with my girlfriend at the time who liked that stupid movie, and I was so fed up with it that I said, I'll meet you outside after it's done.
So you did not have the time of your life?
Matter of fact, that movie almost basically was the beginning of the end for our relationship.
Really?
Yeah, because we had really different tastes and everything, and that was the last straw. And she really, really liked that movie, and I absolutely, just to think of it now, it makes me shudder.
You only liked the soundtrack.
Yeah, right.
Right.
No, but I think that's the only movie I've ever actually walked out on. I was tempted a few times, but that was the only one. But what other ones have you walked out on? Any or
just the movie? What Planet Are You From? It's the
I
only
never even
movie
heard
I
of
ever
that.
walked out. It was in theaters for a week and a half.
I never even heard of it.
It was Gary Shandling and Ben Kingsley.
Well, and I like Gary Shandling. I think he's funny.
So do I. That's why I was in the theater. It was so bad I walked out and I begged the woman at the ticket window. I said, "This is how bad." I said, "Can I please go walk in and see reindeer games in place
Did she let you?
No, she didn't.
Really?
Yeah. So you know what I did?
What?
I got her fired.
Was it worse than The Tall Man?
What's that?
Was it worse than that movie, The Tall Man?
The Jeff Goldblum movie?
Yeah.
Which is not one of the worst movies ever. It's
or Walk Like a Dog with Howie Mandel.
Now that's a bad movie which I've never seen, but I will say right now, Walk Like a Dog is probably 90 minutes long.
Really?
Walk Like a Man.
Walk Like a Man, that's it.
Which I would say Walk Like a Man is only 90 minutes long. Lord of the Rings is over 3 hours long.
And
that makes it worse.
It really, really, really got to you.
Yes.
Wow. Well, maybe that's a good thing in a way, because maybe it's so bad you're never going to see anything worse. You know what I mean? It raised the bar so much.
Like I've tasted the bottom of the barrel. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and it can't get any more disgusting than that. So maybe you just, you know.
Do you know how bad the bottom of the barrel tastes?
I don't know. I didn't see the film.
Well, this guy right here emails in. Let's see, Dan. I'm going to say goodbye to you, young man. Thank you for calling.
Okay, take care, Tom.
Okay, bye. He says, okay, we get that you hate the movie. You have some valid points. However, can you give some compelling reason how you can rate it worse than the movie Flash Gordon? Absolutely. The movie Flash Gordon is just stupid. It knows it's insane, and it's just laughable. It's like, at least you're going to have some type of fun with the movie Flash Gordon, whether it's campy fun or if you're actually into it and you're having fun with it. If you actually like the movie, you like it. If you don't like it, you watch it and you're just like, oh, this is just insane, and you're laughing at it. And it's got the Queen soundtrack. And it's got Sam Jones. Was that the guy's name? Sam Jones? Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon better than Fellowship of the Ring. Let's go to the old phones right now. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hi, I have so many things to say to you, I don't even know where to start.
Okay. Well, let's start.
Sorry. First of all, I'm in the midst of reading the Silmarillion, and I don't know who was talking about it before. His son did not write it. He wrote it, and he started writing it before he started writing Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit.
Really?
And he worked on it his whole life, and his son gathered his works together and put it and made it the Silmarillion.
Okay. Well, that's thank you for that. That's
and it's a history of Middle Earth from its inception, and it's very good and it's very interesting if you like the books.
Okay. So it's like a complimentary piece to the actual officially finished books. Okay.
Exactly. Hold on one second. I have to turn my radio down. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, please. Thank you.
Okay. Second of all, you can't rate the movie without the book. Although I have to say, when I saw it, I was really confused as if you didn't read the book, how you would get the movie at all. Because, I mean, it's just so intertwined, and it doesn't seem like it would make sense without the book.
But I completely understood the movie.
I don't think you did. You couldn't possibly have, because there were so many things that they just showed that if you didn't read the book, you would have no idea what the symbolism was.
I think I wouldn't know everything about it, but I can follow the movie.
You don't get the importance of it all. There was so much in it that was just little symbolic things that if you read the book and you already had a connection with it, you would understand how important it was. So, it would have drawn you into the movie more.
So shouldn't they not sell me a ticket for it then, unless I have read the books?
Honestly, I think you're right. I think that only if you've read the books should you see the movie. But I think that everybody should read the books.
Everybody should.
Oh, everyone.
You think it's mandatory?
Yes, it's phenomenal.
What would be the punishment if you don't read the books in your world?
You have to read Stephen King for the rest of your life.
Now, you don't take offense to the fact I said they're smart books for dumb people, do you?
Oh, no, not at all, because I think you're absolutely wrong. And you're not really basing that on anything because, first of all, he was a literary professor at Oxford, I believe.
Oh, I'm not judging him at all. I'm just saying for some people, that is all that they read.
Yeah,
and then they try to hit you over the head with the fact that they are they are smart. They are the most well-read people because they read long fantasy books.
Right. No, I mean that's not true. I agree with you there. It doesn't make you well-read or make you smart, but it's certainly very well written.
Yeah, well, I would think that the books would be at least quality fantasy books to have stood the test of time the way they have.
Absolutely.
I mean,
another point of contention I have with you.
With you.
Me? Is that you're calling them hippie books. I don't appreciate that. I don't think there's so much more.
Have you ever seen a hippie?
My mother was a hippie, yeah.
Did you ever meet like a male hippie?
A male hippie?
Yeah.
Do you mean old hippie or like nouveau hippie?
Old hippie.
Yes, I've met plenty.
Like a guy who would like
sell records at an outdoor record at an outdoor flea market.
Right, that I would buy.
Like that kind of guy.
Yeah, but what about
What's
it?
your favorite group?
What's my favorite group?
Yeah.
Well, I like electronic music, so it's
Okay.
mostly individual artists.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite? Like, do you like Quicksilver Messenger Service?
I've never heard of them.
Do you like Hot Tuna?
No.
Do you like the Jefferson Airplane?
No. Mm-mm.
Do you like the Grateful Dead?
Oh, I can't stand them.
See, well, you know what? Then you are not you. You are against the hippie culture.
Okay. But you know what? On the same turn, I consider neo-hippies and punks the same thing, and I hate them both.
Mm-hmm.
I hate their cultures.
Mm-hmm. So you consider what is a neo-hippie to you?
A neo-hippie is a kid who's like my age or younger who calls himself a hippie, which really is not valid.
Now, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, I'm trying
32.
to get. Okay, just trying to get perspective here. So, like somebody who follows around fish, for example.
Exactly.
To you would be a neo-hippie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like an original hippie, you have no opinion on the original hippies.
No, I mean it wasn't my generation, and I love my mother, and she was a hippie, so you know.
Now, when you say she was a hippie, how was she a hippie?
She was. How was she a hippie?
Like what? I mean, did she?
Well, she was one of those San Francisco people who had long hair and lived free, and you know went to all the protests, and you know was a big music fan. So I guess. Although she never called herself a hippie, she always called herself a flower child.
Okay. So she went to the protests and all the stuff, and was she was driving around in like a van?
Yes, she had a van that was painted with all sorts of flowers and things.
And did she ever settle down at a point?
Yes, she did.
Mm-hmm. And does she treasure her? Is she still with us?
Is she? No. Mm-mm.
She's not. I'm sorry. Did she treasure her that part of her life?
Yeah, absolutely.
And did that instill certain things in you?
Absolutely.
Then you know what?
What?
I'm ready to end my feud with the hippies.
Wow, I'm so proud. That's amazing.
I'm pro-hippie now.
All right. Well, I mean, you have to take people for who they are. You can't really do mass generalizations, although that's easy and fun, and you can be all bitter that way. You know, I like to do that too, but it's not.
But
really
you know what I'm saying with the movie, though. It's like there's nothing
you know
wrong.
I do because
didn't it take itself so seriously?
The movie and the book, and I'm sorry, but there are many references in your show tonight, including the book and its author and everything else, and that's not fair because you haven't read it. And the book, if you've read the books, then there's no way you can't like the movie.
But I've tried to say that I'm judging the movie, not the books.
I understand that you do keep saying that, but you do keep bringing the books into it.
Well, because everyone else does. Like you did.
Right.
I'm talking about the movie. I paid $9 the other night and saw a big POS
for
3 hours.
I mean, I can imagine, because when I saw it, I really couldn't imagine people that didn't read the book and weren't into that genre having any interest in it.
No, but I could follow it. Don't underestimate my intelligence.
No, not just
with
because
this.
of the books, but also because, I think it's a really specialized, genre, and not everybody's going to like it, and I was surprised that so many people went to see it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a few little details I want to clear up. First of all,
absolutely.
because I'm a geek. The eagle moth thing, he spoke to the moth, which I thought was a really magical moment.
Okay.
And he had the moth summon the eagles. And if you read the book, you would understand his whole relationship with the eagles and how important and majestic and, good they were.
So that's just bad. That's just bad
done in the
filmmaking, then, is what you're saying.
What?
That's just bad filmmaking.
Yes. Yeah, that was really
clear.
not well done
Because
in the movie.
maybe I should have learned Elvish before I went to see the movie and could have understood that.
Maybe.
Do you speak Elvish?
No. I don't have enough focus for things like that.
Okay.
But I wish I did.
Okay. So what's the other point? If that
The other little tidbit is the other hobbit you're thinking of is Meriadoc, otherwise known as Mary.
Okay.
Because you know.
Yes.
You didn't know.
I didn't know.
And the soundtrack is horrendous.
The soundtrack to the movie is horrendous.
Yeah.
Okay. And so are you going to see the movie again?
I've seen it twice already, and
You've
I'd
seen
see
it
it a
twice
million more
already.
times. But I have a relationship with the story, and I can understand you not liking the movie, and as much as you say it's just the movie, you keep bringing the books in.
Now, how did I keep bringing the books up? You keep bringing them up. How does it feel to be the only woman who has ever read any of the Lord of the Rings books. What was that like when you realized you were like the Rosa Parks of the Lord of the Rings phenomenon?
Well, first, it's not true. There's other women that have read it and have enjoyed it.
At the bookstore, did they look at you? Did they look askance when you brought them up to the counter? And did they ask you? They were probably amazed. They probably said, "This must be for your brother," because guys
Actually,
who buy these, it couldn't be for your boyfriend because no guy who would read these has a girlfriend. Right? Is that what they said?
It does. I can understand why you would think that.
Mm-hmm. So you are like a pioneer in this field, the first female to have read.
It's not true, but...
Now, what do you think of the fact that I was talking about the latent homosexual or
oh, my God, if you read the book, honey, they're way worse there.
Or the fear of women in the movie?
I don't know about that. I mean, that also kind of hails back to the author and the author's little community, like C.S. Lewis and some other teachers and writers, and they were just like guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you kind of have to just
They were
understand that.
guys?
Yeah.
Now, when, like in the movie, you know when they kept showing that eye, right?
Yeah, the vagina. You know, everybody thinks it looks like a vagina.
Yeah, everybody. That other guy, there was a guy earlier who said I was a pervert for
No
thinking
way.
that.
Everybody I've spoken to thinks it's a badly drawn vagina.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't even understand that it was the eye until halfway through the movie.
And it's just like Gandalf bends down to pick up the ring, and all of a sudden he sees this thing, and he's like, "Whoa, I'm scared of it." And it's like, okay, this is where I see... it might also be the whitest movie ever made.
I don't know, ever made. I mean...
I would say ever made. The only movie whiter might be a movie that was mentioned earlier in the show, The Paper.
Well, I don't have any argument for you there.
Okay.
And you know what? The more I think about it, now I hate you because now the more I think about it, the more flaws I'm finding in the movie.
See, exactly. Now you'll never see the movie and look at it the same way, right?
Yeah, but you know what? I can still love it for its bringing to life the characters that because I think it was very well cast, and there are some things that are very well done, even though there are parts left out and parts unexplained and that sort of thing. But
now, what character do you see yourself as?
I don't know if I see myself as any, but I love Gandalf. He's my absolute favorite.
Uh-huh. Do you have a button that says Gandalf lives?
No, but I'm honestly thinking of getting a little tattoo with the elven sign for Gandalf.
Please don't. Please. I'm begging you not to.
I'm reveling in my geekhood. I love it.
I would rather you get a tattoo. Don't revel in your geekhood.
Yeah.
That's like...
It's the new punk rock, man.
No, it's not.
Oh, it is.
Oh, no, it's not. It's a geek. Now, do you go to Ain't It Cool News a lot?
I've never heard of it.
It's a website run by this guy who is 1,100 pounds. Who
they can't be.
His name's Harry Knowles, and he calls himself like the King Geek. Like he call like stuff like that. And he lives at home with his dad still, who is called Father Geek. And
you know what though, you have to really give respect to the geek.
Hey, Dave?
Yeah?
Could we just do a little reminding before we...
Well, her name was Sunshine.
WFMU, you're on the air.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going?
Oh, it's going all right.
Actually, I'm calling just to correct you. On a previous call, you mentioned one of the characters in the Lord of the Rings movie being Stryker. Actually, it's Strider.
Strider. Oh, that's right.
Stryker is a notorious gay porn actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I knew that from.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Your friend Dave, whatever he is, mentioned that all of us have those nights. And apparently, he didn't have those nights, but apparently you and I have.
Those nights of watching movies by Stryker?
No. You see, I happened upon the Stryker movie by chance.
Sure you did.
Oh, I did. It involved the inebriation and a bunch of my cousin's friends.
Mm-hmm.
A college reunion kind of thing.
You just stumbled upon that gay porn.
Well, you see, my cousin's
I shan't talk about this anymore. Let's talk about something else.
That's a shame.
Did you see Lord of the Rings?
Yes, I did.
And did you love it?
No.
Did you hate it?
No, I liked it because it was Lord of the Rings.
Did you like the books?
Yes, I did. I grew up with the books.
Okay.
But it's not the worst movie I ever saw.
Okay.
It was a major disappointment.
What was the worst movie you ever saw?
3,000 Miles to Graceland.
See, I didn't see that yet.
Oh.
But I will.
It was a free movie. Got into the movie theater for free. I walked out.
You walked out, even though you got in free.
Yes. It was
All
that
right.
bad.
Oh, well, thank you, young man.
No problem.
I will talk to you later.
Yep.
All right, bye. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hello, Tom.
Hey.
My band is writing a song about Lord of the Rings.
And who is this now?
This is Ryan.
Oh, from the medical marijuana.
Well, you know what? I'm buttering you up
Mm-hmm.
at this point
Yeah.
because I've got to shamelessly advertise in a minute.
You're changing the name of your band, aren't you?
Maybe.
Really?
Not to medical marijuana.
What are you changing it to?
Gandalf's hat.
I seriously hope you're kidding.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I've had a lot of time to think. I've been on hold.
Okay.
Yeah, we figure we'll jump in the pool. I mean, it sounds like everybody's doing it. Write a song about Lord of the Rings, like make freaky references and stuff.
Yeah, everyone's doing it.
I mean, I haven't read the books, but
But did you see the movie?
no.
Don't.
Should I?
Do you like rock music, right?
Of course.
Do you like loud guitars?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you what? Name a band that you like.
Name a band that I like.
Yes.
Like what? Like what's in my CD player right now?
Whatever.
Let's say the Rondells.
Okay.
Good band.
Good band.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
In the spirit, do you like the spirit of the Rondells?
Sure.
Then as a fan of that type of thing, you cannot endorse Lord of the Rings.
Then we won't.
You shan't.
Because you told me to.
That's right. And you do everything that
Yeah.
I tell you to do.
Well, mostly, except changing our name to medical marijuana.
The name of your band everybody knows is Stro.
Yeah, we're on your website.
STRO.
We're on Arbitrary Guide to Pop Culture.
Okay.
That's kind of thanks to you, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, as heard of on the best show on WFMU with Tom Scharpling.
That's what it says.
It says, yeah, because we're having a huge Jamnesty this weekend.
A huge what?
Jamnesty?
Jamnesty.
Yeah, Amnesty International benefit.
Oh, really?
My high school chapter. Yeah, I mean, it's on the website. New Jersey people should go check it out. Arbitrary Guide, whatever.
Okay, so if you go to the Arbitrary Guide at our website,
Yeah,
you can check out, which is WFMU.org.
right. Big show this Saturday, whatever, all the info's there.
Okay, well, people should check it out. What day is it?
It's going to be Saturday, February 9th. And you're going to have big headliners like Lassane Coulat.
Really?
Those guys, yeah, they're
Uh-huh.
coming out. Yeah, they've helped us out past
Well, that's
year.
nice.
Yeah, and then Stro, of course.
Now, how many shows have you guys got under your belt?
3.
3. So this will be your 4th show.
Well, this is our 3rd.
This will be your 3rd show. And are you ready?
How many does Stro have or Jamnesty?
Stro.
Stro's got like 6, maybe.
6, okay. And are you guys ready for this?
No.
You're not ready. You nervous?
Yeah. We're selling the demo there.
It's good to be nervous, though.
We got a CD coming out.
You didn't send me the CD.
I'm going to. It's not done yet. We
That's
have
Bush
to
League, Ryan.
pack it up. We have to stuff it on Friday so we could sell it on Saturday.
Okay. Please do that.
It's all DIY, we have to do it ourselves.
But you got to go for it. You got to get it to the radio. You got to understand how the system works. You
I
get
know.
It to the
First people we send it to, radio.
Get it to radio, my friend.
Of course.
Radio.
It's all about radio.
That's right.
And then we're going to try to get on the soundtrack to the next Lord of the Rings movie.
You think you can do it?
I think we can do it. I've heard the soundtrack sucks. Is that so true?
I don't know. I have no interest in even
Who did it?
hearing
What,
it.
Danny Elfman or something?
Probably Danny Elfman.
Probably.
Elf. Probably the elf. It's
Yeah,
not-
the elf.
the-
He's Elvin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, young man, I want everybody.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot for this.
Oh, no, go...
I'll beat it, but...
if you have any interest this Saturday, check out the Arbitrary Guide.
There's that New Jersey people talking before.
Yes.
I'm like, hey...
At WFMU.org. Find out about the show. It's a good cause, right?
Yeah, you can email jamnestychs@yahoo.com.
Okay, great.
And then, I'll expect you to be there.
Okay, well, thanks a lot,
We're
Ryan.
coming out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, okay.
Thanks.
All right, bye. WFMU, you're on the air.
Oh, hello, Tom.
Hey.
Hey, I'm just confused. Am I really on that?
Yes, you are.
Oh, sorry. I'm confused. I have the radio on.
That's okay.
That's number one rule. I'm not calling radio. Anyway, I'm just really irritated by all these people who are saying, oh, but you have to have read the book to understand these things in the movie. And I think that these people, they don't realize that it's a movie. It has to make sense to people who've never seen it before, who haven't read the book. It's not a book. It's a movie. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to say.
So you're saying that basically, why should you have had to have read this thing? If you're laying down your good, hard-earned American cash, you shouldn't have to have read the book before you see the movie.
Exactly. It's, why does it have to be a movie if it's not going to make sense? If you have to have read the book first. That's
exactly. I'm with you, my friend.
I hadn't read the book before I saw the movie, and it was I was just checking my watch the whole time, and I didn't have the benefit of being with someone I could heckle it with.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pretty bad experience.
Oh, I'm
sorry. And I didn't have, and I kept thinking, oh, it's got to end soon, and so I didn't even think, oh, maybe I should just leave.
And it didn't.
No, because I didn't know the story well enough. And then I guess I knew it was ending when everyone started clapping when they stabbed that one guy.
When they stabbed the
yeah,
half.
at the end it was like and I couldn't even figure out why that one character was significant. They didn't really make that. Maybe it's my fault. But
It's not your fault. Did you ever see the movie Good Will Hunting? Another lousy movie.
Yeah, very bad
It's
movie.
not your fault. Okay, let's act out the scene in Good Will Hunting, okay? Your name is Will Hunting. You are a math genius, but you're a troubled person because of your horrible upbringing in Southie, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I am Robin Williams. I'm a therapist who was brought to you by a math professor because you were caught in a bar fight, but somehow a math professor had the power to have the judge turn you over to him, which is a complete gap in logic. But now I am Robin Williams, and we're working towards your breakthrough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, start the scene.
Oh, jeez, I can't remember, Tom.
We'll talk about Pudge in the, what was it, the 75 playoffs or something? Yeah, remember when Pudge hit that, remember when Pudge hit that homer?
Hey, remember when Pudge hit that homer?
Homer. Say it with a Southie accent.
Remember when Pudge hit that homer?
It's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. Now say, I know it's not my fault.
I know it's not my fault.
It's not your fault. Come on.
It's not your fault.
No.
No, it's not my fault.
Say, I know it's not my fault.
I'm completely losing it here.
What is your name?
My name is Matthew.
What is it?
Matthew.
No, it's Will Hunting.
Oh, God.
Come on. Get with the program, good Will Hunting.
Myself here.
Come on. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
No! Come on.
I'm sorry.
No,
oh, gosh.
You say, I know it's not my fault.
I know it's not my fault.
But then you're going to start to cry after we say, it's not my fault. We're going to do this. Okay, ready?
All right.
We're going to do it from the start. We're going to say, we're going to do the it's not your fault, I know it's not my fault thing 12 times. And then you're going to start to cry at the end of it when we have the breakthrough. Okay, ready?
All right.
Start the scene.
It's not my fault.
No! We say, hey, how about that Pudge hitting the homer?
Hey, how about that Pudge hitting the homer?
Yeah, I went to that game with my wife. Will?
It's not my fault. I'm sorry. Should I be writing this down?
Oh, you gotta go. I had to hang up on him. If I could get one actor to call up and act that scene out with me tonight, please. I had to hang up on him. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hi, it's Sunshine again. I want to call and apologize for cursing.
Okay, your apologies accepted. Okay.
And also, just to make my point about geeks,
yes.
What I was saying was that you have to give it to geeks because they just don't care.
Uh-huh.
They do whatever they feel, whatever they're interested in. They're totally into it. They don't give
see, this is where we got in trouble.
They don't.
Hey, you know who?
They don't care what other people think or what expectations are of them.
Do you know?
They do what they want.
Do you know what else they don't care about?
What?
Living at home until Did you hang up? She hung up on me. How dare you? She hung up on me. Because I made a joke about Geeks staying at home too long. Okay. Which one am I taking here, Dave?
Line 8 is okay.
Okay. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hey, Tom, I'd like to act out that scene with you.
And what's your name?
This is Eric, the Hasu Kid.
This is the Hasu Kid.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Did you see Good Will Hunting?
Yeah.
Now, you're going to say, this is the scene in my office, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm Robin Williams. What's your name?
Will Hunting.
And you are good at what?
I don't know. Math?
Math, that's right, math. Now, we're getting towards a breakthrough in this scene, but we're going to start off with a little chit-chat about the Red Sox.
Uh-huh.
So, we'll start the scene.
Hey, remember when Pudge hit that homer?
Oh, that was some game, huh, Will?
Yeah.
Will?
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
I know it's not my fault.
It's not your fault, Will.
I know it's not my fault.
Will, it's not your fault.
I know it's not my fault.
It's not your fault.
I know it's not my fault.
It's not your fault.
I know it's not my fault.
It's not your fault.
I know it's not my fault.
Very good. Very good, Hasu Kid.
Thank you.
Very good.
And also one other thing.
Yes?
About Lord of the Rings.
Yeah? It's not Hasu.
I know, it's not. It's very disappointing.
Your friend is on the phone with you, right? I can hear him giggle in the back like an 8-year-old.
Yeah, he is an 8-year-old.
So let's start a chant right now. Hey, let's start a chant right now.
Uh-huh.
He just hung up, right?
Yeah.
Tell him to pick up again.
He's not there.
Well, tell him to pick up.
I don't know. He's not at my house.
He's not at your house, but he's on the line with you.
Yeah, he was on a three-way call. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, I am. And I didn't realize that this. What did he pick up on? What did you guys call Pennsylvania 6500 and get on the line together?
No, we got on this line together, I guess.
Okay, well.
But he just wanted to hear him. But anyways, with the Lord of the Rings, I was thinking about another bad movie.
Yeah, what's that?
Jurassic Park 3.
See, now Jurassic Park 3 is half as bad as Lord of the Rings. You know why?
Why is that?
It's half as long.
Yeah, that is a good point. But
and at least in the defense of... See, I would actually say that Jurassic Park 3 is better than Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah.
You know why?
What's that?
Because it's just all action.
Yeah, true. But
it's just all fighting dinosaurs. There's like no plot at all in Jurassic Park 3. It's like, hey, let's fly the plane here. I want to go try to find... And all of a sudden it's like, hey, it's dinosaurs! Run! And it's like 85 minutes. It's like 5 minutes of setup, and then just literally them running from dinosaurs.
And they're just like running from them and they're fighting.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with any movie where that, like, guy from, what was the name of that Burt Reynolds sitcom? More Evening Shade? That doofy friend that he had on the show, the bald guy with the glasses and the bad mustache, the guy who, maybe you saw him as a motivational speaker on Suddenly Susan. He changed Kathy Griffin's life.
Oh, yeah.
But that's you actually saw that?
No.
I didn't think so. You're slicker than I thought you'd be, Hasu Kid.
No, but I just wanted to agree because...
Exactly. See, that's what I mean. You're showbiz. Better. You're showbiz.
But, what's it called? Remember when they made that, the Raptor thing?
Which
the,
thing?
Soundbox or whatever?
Yeah.
And, I don't see a point in making that, but, remember at the end when the Raptor wants its, like, egg back or something?
Yeah.
How does the guy know how to talk in that thing?
I don't know.
He just starts, like, blowing into it, and then he's like, you see, now I told the Raptors to run away.
Good point.
And then Lord of the Rings, Gandalf starts whispering to the moth to get the bird.
Yeah.
and that was just like random. It's like
it's completely random.
A whole nother part in the movie just came back to him jumping on that bird. And
wasn't that the dumbest thing you ever saw when he jumped on that bird?
I mean, he like jumped off a tower and a bird caught him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, why even have any plot in any movie then at all?
Yeah.
Why, it's like if you can just all of a sudden have a bird fly along.
Yeah, I know. It's
you know.
so dumb.
Well, young man,
It's
not your fault.
I know it's not my fault.
It's not your fault, Will.
I know it's not my fault.
Will, it's not your fault.
I know it's not my fault.
Will, it's not your fault.
I know it's not my fault.
And the nominee for Best Actor on the best show in WFMU, the award goes to the Hasu Kid as Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
You win.
Thank you.
Do you know who you were up against for the acting?
Who's that? The guy who played Frodo?
You were up against Elijah Wood and Sean Astin.
There you go.
And Sir Ian McKellen. And Viggo Mortensen.
Who's that?
He played Strider.
Oh, there you go.
Uh-huh. Well, young man, I must bid you a fond adieu. Hey, did you watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I did.
What was your favorite commercial?
I like the one with that Spanish guy when he's dancing. His legs were moving off.
Oh, when his legs were
crazy.
moving, yeah.
Either that one or the one with the robots, or one of them was the refrigerator.
Oh, that's right. You like the BattleBots one.
Yeah.
Where it was like the little mini fridge.
Yeah, that was funny.
What did you think of the Britney Spears commercials?
I don't know what to say about that.
Do you like her music?
No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's just annoying, I think.
She's annoying, though, right?
Yes, very much annoying.
But if she asked you on a date, you'd go.
Yes, I would. Just so I could tell all my friends that I went on a date with Britney Spears.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
What's that?
I have a surprise for you.
Yeah?
On the other line is Britney Spears.
Is that
Can we
true?
just bring her up here? She actually wanted to talk to the Hasu Kid. Let's bring this up. Hold on one second. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh, she hung up. I'm sorry. Let's see if we can get Britney back on the line. Okay?
Oh, remember when we sang that?
What's that?
The first time I called, I sang that song.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you like better? Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera?
Probably Britney Spears.
Who do you like better? Britney Spears or Mandy Moore?
Mandy Moore, because she's born on my birthday.
Okay, and what day is that?
April 10th.
Okay.
That's crazy.
And you think you like her better because she's more wholesome?
Yeah, she's more down to earth.
Uh-huh.
I saw her diary on MTV.
Uh-huh.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm. You've never written her a letter, though, asking her on a date, have you?
No.
Would you ever do that?
No, I don't think so.
Do you know who she's dating?
Yeah, Fez from That 70s Show.
That's right. And do you know what his name is?
No, I don't.
Neither do I.
I'm not too fond of that guy.
Did you like, you liked that episode of Diary, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Now, who do you like better, Mandy Moore or Jessica Simpson?
Mandy Moore.
Who do you like better, Mandy Moore or Mariah Carey?
Probably Mandy Moore. She's newer. But then,
Okay.
Then there's Mariah Carey.
Now, we're talking about who you would date here, right?
Oh, yeah.
So is Mandy Moore still... Okay. Who do you like better, Mandy Moore or Jennifer Lopez?
I think I like Jennifer Lopez more.
You like... So now Jennifer Lopez. Who do you like better, Jennifer Lopez or Pink?
Jennifer Lopez.
You like Jennifer... Okay. Who do you like better, Jennifer Lopez or Beyonce Knowles?
I'd still have to say Jennifer Lopez.
Is Jennifer Lopez, like, your favorite?
Probably. She's very attractive, if we're talking in that sense.
Yes, we're talking in that sense. So do you have any of her albums?
No, I don't.
You don't have On the Six?
No. I listen to the radio and her songs and stuff, but I've never taken the time out to get any of her albums.
Who do you like better, Jennifer Lopez or Frodo Baggins?
Okay, I think you could substitute anyone with Jennifer Lopez.
And it's always going to...
And it's always that anyone.
Over Frodo Baggins.
Then there's Frodo, who stares in the camera for like an hour of the movie, and they close up on him.
Now, who do you like better? Here's one. Who do you like better, Frodo Baggins or Bilbo Baggins?
Probably Bilbo, because he leaves earlier in the movie.
Because he leaves, which is something I should have done.
Yeah.
I wish in the movie he turned to me and said, "Okay, Tom, now it's your turn. Let's leave
After
together."
Smoking his pipe.
Yeah, let's leave together. And then he walked out of that circular door,
Yeah,
and then
the
I just
circular.
walked up the aisle out of the theater. Well, you like Jennifer Lopez. That's what we learned tonight. You're a good actor. You're like Jennifer Lopez. You can act. You can sing.
Yeah.
You're good with a snappy comeback. You're a talented young man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hasu Kid.
I'll always be a friend of Tom.
Yes, you will. Did you get your card, right? You
Yeah,
got
I
it?
did. It's very nice.
You like it?
Yeah.
Did your friend get his?
Which one? John?
I think one of your friends wrote for one also.
I heard. Yeah, he said he got his.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, you know what I'm going to do now? I have been talking for 2 straight hours, right? Almost?
2:20.
Yeah, 2 hours and 20 minutes. We talked for 2 hours and 20 minutes straight. So now it's time to hear some music. So let's listen to something from the newest Nicky Sudden reissue. It's the album's Texas and Dead Men Tell No Tales. Here is Jangletown on WFMU.
Looking through these hollow slow down, man, lives are changing. Yeah, you slow down, lives are changing.
Is this a real dream? My view was floating out. It's floating above the world. It's here by your side. When the cold get in my hand, it shook me like a gravitation. Your finger was a tremble hand. Night after night, and if I did it, it's my cold dimension. Oh, what's so reaction? Cold dimension, on the side of my life. Cold dimension, oh, I'm stop motion. Cold dimension, on the side of my life. When the world is so cold, when my hands is so cool, when the sky is so gloomy, when the world tear me out, when the cold liquid in my eyes, it shook me like a gravitation. No summer, crack of winter, how come and just so the it's a bit searching for the cold dimension. Oh, what's all with action? Cold dimension, on the side of my life. Cold dimension, oh, what's up in motion? Cold dimension, on the side of my life. Is this our little dream? My view was floating out. It's floating above the world. It's here. When the cold in my head, it shows me like a gravitation. Looking me with a tremble hand. Night after night, if I did it, it's the cold dimension. Almost all the action. Cold dimension, and the side of my life. Cold dimension, oh, I'll stop in motion. Cold dimension, on the side of my life. While my world is so cool, while my head is so cold, while the sky is so gloomy, night after night, until my name is the cold dimension. Oh, what's all the action? Cold dimension, on the side of my life. Cold dimension, oh, what's all the motion? Cold dimension, on the side of my life.
Hey, everybody. We're back here on the best show on WFMU, only 6 minutes left in the program before Small Change steps up to the mic with his nickel and dime radio. You can look forward to that at 11 o'clock. And we have very exciting... his guest tonight is Galt McDermott.
Galt McDermott, I think he's about 80 years old.
Okay. And Jumpin' Funk.
He's the guy that didn't show up.
Okay. Then who are you? Are you Galt?
I'm not telling you.
You're Galt, aren't you?
None of your business.
It's Galt.
No, it's not.
Galt is in the studio. He's my guest. Hey, I want to welcome Galt McDermott to the program. My special guest. Hey, we heard from that was White Heaven. They remind me of High Rise, but more psyche than High Rise. It was White Heaven from the album Out from the Poor Small Factory label. We heard My Cold Dimension. The Beavis Fron before that from the Triptych album. Lights Are Changing. Nice stuff. Recently reissued. The 1988 album. And starting us off, another reissue. Nikki Sudden from the album Texas Jangletown. The phone number 201-200-9368 and the email address toms@wfmu.org. If you want to join Friends of Tom, just email toms@wfmu.org and say, I want to be a friend of Tom. And you'll get your Friend of Tom membership card in the mail. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hey, Tom, it's Rob. How are you doing?
All right, Rob, how are you?
Good. I wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
What's that?
I wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
How do you know that I have a birthday?
Well...
Do you know how you know? Because everyone has a birthday.
That's
how do you
right.
know my birthday's...
That's right. Well, actually, I'm a member of Hova's Heroes.
Ugh.
And we all know that it's your birthday.
Hova's Heroes.
Yep.
Hey, where do you guys hold your meetings? Do you still hold them in a phone booth?
Well, I'm not telling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling. But, hey, I got my membership card.
You did?
I did. And I was kind of curious. Is that your handwriting?
Why, are you planning to have it analyzed at a lab or something?
Well, it kind of looked like a girl's handwriting.
You're absolutely right. A girl wrote that out.
That's what I thought. So how old are you?
Kind of like a girl's handwriting. How dare you? What's your handwriting like? Or would you write with a big... What's that?
Messy.
Messy, yeah. Well, some of us write neatly.
So you
okay?
neat and organized?
Why, yes, I am.
Okay.
Organized enough to get your stupid FOT card in the mail. How dare you?
So how old are you?
Old enough to kick you out of the Friends of Tom.
Oh, come on. You can't do that.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 40. Well, I'm going to be 40.
You're going to be 40.
Yeah.
Well, I'm older than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Well, yes, I am. When are you going to be 40?
In May.
Well, I'm going to be, I will be 46 this Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, that's great. Are you doing anything special?
Is your birthday Saturday?
Sure is.
So is mine.
I suspected.
It's the age of Aquarius.
That's great.
You know what we're going to do? Me and Galt McDermott are going to go see... we're going to go see Fellowship for our birthdays.
That sounds great.
Isn't that exciting?
That sounds...
The big 4-6. Pretty exciting, huh?
That really is.
Yeah, so I know I'm wiser than you. You must listen to me.
6 years, yeah.
When I tell you what to do, you do it, right?
I will.
Just like it says on the back of that membership card.
That's right. So hey, I hear you're having we're having a steak eating contest.
Soon, a steak eating contest. We're going to hold it. It's going to be awesome. Steak dinner. Who can eat the most steak dinners?
And I have to bring my membership card to get in.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to. Everyone else doesn't.
Okay.
But you know what, young man?
What?
I must bid you a fondue.
All
you
right.
know why? Because the show's coming to a close.
The show's over. Okay,
Yes.
well, I've really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you.
It's
Did
been
you like
great.
Lord of the Rings?
No, I would never... What? I would never really bother.
You wouldn't bother.
No.
Do you like the music of Galt McDermott?
Although my wife wanted to bring our little kid to it, but now that I know that it's 3 hours long and, you know, it's horrible.
Yeah. Hey, do you You ever see a DJ work the wheels of steel?
No.
Do you like the way that sounds, though, right?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Well, get ready.
Okay.
Stay tuned for Nickel and Dime Radio. Small change coming up.
See ya.
See ya.
Okay.
All right. Hey, I will read from Harry Knowles' Lord of the Rings review in depth next week, but I will leave you with this. This is the first line of his review. It is everything I ever hoped it would or could be. That's all. And the last line of the review. Peter Jackson has made a film that at the very least is for me. I will not presume to tell you that it is your favorite movie. I do not know you, your heart, or your loves. I know mine, and I love this film. I hope you do as well. Well, I'd like to say to you, Peter Jackson has made a film that was a big POS. I will not presume to tell you that it is your least favorite movie ever. I do not know you, your heart, or your loves, or hates. I know mine, and I hate this film. I hope you do as well. Now let's say goodnight with the closing of the show, which is soon to be classic, right? Is it soon to be classic? Okay. We will be back next week. WFMU East Orange, WXHD Mount Hope worldwide on the World Wide Web at WFMU.org. See you next week.